Hello. I'm going to turn down my music. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome to the Lion's Den. Welcome in. This is going to be a look at next year. You can always come back next year, too, and see if it makes any sense. I may post it again throughout next year, just for that reason. Okay? I don't have the little tablet thingy I use for the signs. I'll write the sign timestamps down. Hopefully I don't skip nobody. Welcome in to the channel. Okay. So right off the bat, we'll tap into energy without the tarot. Okay. So for Aries, next year, what I see for you, you will be focused on money. You will also be focused on positioning situations with family, making things correct that have been incorrect for a long time, whether you're a woman or a man. Tell me, if you didn't check like the description, it says psychic tarot because I'm a psychic. Shh, don't tell nobody. But anyways, we may give a little bit of that to each sign as I go. It'll be money. It will be family for Aries, and it will definitely be they're going to focus on their eating or what they eat and how they eat it, or if they'll change it a little bit. Some will also start to fast if they haven't already started. All right, here we go. Let's go. What is here for 2026 for the zodiac sign of Aries? Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. What is here for the zodiac sign of Aries for next year? Let's see what we got for you. Show me something for Aries, specifically that they need to see now for next year. Listen, 4 more shuffles for you. What is the message for the zodiac sign of Aries? I see vacation as well for some of you. Some of you vacation, and it's quite far away from where you reside. What is the message for Aries 2026? First card's out. King of Swords. So there's going to be situations with people, preferably, I don't feel like you're going to really click with the past. You don't give me like I want to focus on anything I've already dealt with or anywhere I've already been energy. You have the King of Swords reversed with the 10 of Swords reversed. Clarify what's up with this. King of Pentacles. It's almost as if you're putting it down or you just don't trust it. I get like I don't trust the past here. I'm not going to put work into a situation that unfolded that did not create happiness. You may be very aware of that or felt that way for quite some time. You just didn't fucking trust it, Aries. You didn't fucking trust it. And your patience is at wit's end. It's done with it kind of energy. What is the 4 of Pentacles about for Aries? Here we go. What is the message for the zodiac sign of Aries for 2026? Okay, the Hierophant. You're going to learn that it's better to move towards situations you feel that make sense. Hold on a second here, though. The King of Wands, what is this about? It's almost as if you've already made up. This gives me the energy where Aries has already made up. It's like there's nothing that's going to change the way you feel about what you do next year. There's nothing that's going to stop you. I don't see you going backwards. The 8 of Cups reversed tells me that's a definite no. You're not going to go backwards towards investments, especially because they were too much confliction. You were upset too many times. So you're like, you know what? Fuck that toxic energy. I'm not going towards it. Go to the bottom for 4. You're going to be more about where can I go? What can I do? Who can I meet? And who's coming with me? Kind of energy for 2026. Some of you also may not even see the who's coming with me energy until it happens. All right, let's give you some more. Some of you may not feel that way now, but give it time into 2026 and see how you feel or see what happens is what I should be telling you. All right. Show me something else for Aries. 2026. What is the message for the zodiac sign of Aries 2026? You're about like a minute and a half in. I didn't write your time stamp down, but you're the first sign. You'll be easy to figure out. I'm going to put you at about 125. Here we go. Let's go. Show me something for the zodiac sign of Aries 2026. Change. I almost feel like change is something that it hasn't felt like it's worked out. You've been at a distance with it for too long. This comes out for me where it's like if you haven't seen the change, it's almost like I wanted to change, but I never got the change I wanted, or I never trusted to move to. I get like I wanted it, but I also didn't trust it. Some of you, this pertains to like just friendships, but this also can pertain beyond that into family. A lot, I get more like if you have family issues, it's tied in with that. Being at a distance with it, trying not to be upset about it. You're in reverse, and it was easier for you not to put work towards this or to kind of stay away. It's almost like you would listen, but you I almost feel like you would take your own advice over the advice of others or listen to what they're saying. It was like there's a lack of trust. You will also give me the energy where you might have felt like they lacked empathy for your situation. They were too worried about themselves. They were too worried about themselves. Whatever the fuck that's about. Here we go. Let's keep going. Let's see what else is here for Aries. What is the message for the zodiac sign of Aries 2026? I want to see the highlight. Show me the highlight of 2026 for you. Money or success. Very successful. It's going to be money and mending things that didn't work out. Things that you felt like you had to cross out or not focus on. Some of you, money situations that were hard, they're going to get easier. Where others of you, if money wasn't hard, you're going to focus on reconditioning, being there, being more available or more present. Knight of Swords reversed with the Two of Cups. Clarify that. Some of you felt like you dealt with a situation where you just were not heard. So it was easier just to stop the connection. It was easier not to tolerate that energy. Just to move away from that energy is what it's showing me. Just to cut away from it. The King of Swords reversed and trust you. Basically, trust your decision. It's like, no, I'm not doing this kind of energy. King of Pentacles, Six of Cups, Queen of Pentacles. It was too stressful for you to believe that things were going to change. And I feel like next year is the year where you really start to enforce the power of change. I feel like you're going to adapt to the changes. You're just going to accept things for what they are. They say every 7 years the human changes. You could be going through that 7-year period, some shit like that, where you're like, this can't stay like this. And you may test the waters. Some of you, if you notice things aren't kosher, you'll walk away quick. Where others of you, you'll keep kind of gnawing at it, trying to see if it makes sense to work with. And if you're the type that stayed away from communication, your challenge next year is going to be opening up to not being stuck on a situation that trauma that you haven't let go of. Some of you, there's a trauma situation where you haven't let go of it, or like you never really went like to therapy, or you never really expressed much out of it. You kind of keep it in the pit of your stomach kind of energy. That may be something some have to go through for like the first quarter of 2026. Let's see what else you get. Show me something else for the zodiac sign of Aries. Show me something else for the zodiac sign of Aries. 2026, though. Got to be about next year. What is the messages? I feel like it's about one shuffle. It's about you trusting those new beginnings and actually playing with them or entertaining the fact that, you know what, if things don't change, it doesn't mean I can't change kind of energy. And I feel like both y'all sexes need to hear it. I'm not gonna fucking sugarcoat nothing. I feel like you both need to hear that shit, women and men, whether you're like a single independent woman or man, but you've had troubles with if there's been family issues, whether there's kids involved or no kids, just siblings, shit's got to get fixed. And 2026 it's like, is it going to be the eye opener for you? Are you going to heal these problems? Are you going to at least try to come up with solutions and not like just look the other way like it's been easier to do? Because I feel like a lot of you know it needs work. Oh, fuck, I feel a little guilty when I just spew this shit like that. But hey, whatever. Let's go. Everything is fine. How long can anybody pretend everything is fine? I'm happy. Things are good. You know, I've learned my lessons. I've put down my burdens. I don't play with that energy. But where has it left you feeling? Or how has it left you felt towards the situation? Because I feel like that's what's important. Go to the bottom. And it's gonna take you basically you being willing to open up to the investment that you have not emotionally given energy towards, or you've kind of pushed away, stayed clear of. There were conflicts, there were drama, and you said no. You said no, Aries. All right. You did not move towards this. Well, I think this year's about changing, this upcoming year. I feel like where you cut it out and you wouldn't focus on moving towards it, now you're ready to move towards it, Aries. Now you're ready to go in that direction. Now you're ready to it's almost like fuck it, it's got to be done kind of energy. Some of you, if it's in a relationship, this is all about relationship. If it's with a person that you dealt with, especially with like kids involved, I get the energy. You feel like they're never going to listen. I'm never going to get through to them. I'm never going to get the victory, and I don't want the stress. You know, I don't want to tolerate them. They don't want to listen to me. I don't want to listen to them. It's like a wall talking to a wall type energy. That's got to fucking change. Now, if it's a woman, she feels like she's either works really hard with the kids and he doesn't do a fucking thing for the kids, or she feels like she puts in a lot of work but doesn't get enough fair time with the children or gets treated like shit around the kids and the situation. Why is it coming out like that to me? I'm going to show you what I see, but that's what it's telling me. I may have to do something with the lighting so you can see this a little better. It might help a little bit so you can see the words on the cards. Queen of Pentacles, the Empress, Two of Swords, and feeling left out in the cold. I don't think I don't feel like that's supposed to happen any longer. Now, it's only going to make sense if you stayed preoccupied with family or work and didn't focus on love situations, is what it's telling me now. For the majority of you, this is only going to make sense if you stayed preoccupied with family. Family or work versus love situations, maybe trying to create work or just deal with family. I don't feel like you got a lot of help though on the way. It's also about moving towards being available for a love relationship. I don't care if you're a woman or a man, it is pushing towards a lady or women, I should say, but it's the cards are showing that more than anything. But it's more or less pushing towards like being open to the opportunities, discovering that you can do that. You don't have to be fucking up in your head about that shit. You don't have to be silent about how you know you're not doing anything, how you're not trusting that shit, being patient with love situations, or trying not to be bothered or worried about them, staying preoccupied. What is it with your kids? What is it with your work? Because it's telling me it's something like that versus going into it. Here we go. Show me anything else for Aries 2026. What else is here for the zodiac sign of Aries 2026? I'm gonna drink some coffee. Okay, what do we have for Aries 2026? What else is here for Aries 2026 that needs to be shown? Zodiac sign of Aries for next year. You give me a complete energy where if you've kind of felt like you had whiplash or like had to like reset or take a pause with people, situations, outcomes, and this is for a while. I feel like it's not like a week, it's not like a month, it's for it could be years for some of y'all. But or like things just don't last in your energy. They just don't last. People don't last. Situations change. You change with it, but nothing's changing with you. Kind of energy. What I'm seeing here is you're going to start to see things for what you already. I feel like you already see them for what they are. But that Wheel of Fortune, the Two of Wands, the Eight of Cups, Eight of Swords reverse, Justice reverse, Page of Swords. I feel like you start taking a leap of new direction with kind of recognizing it for what it is and letting it like roll off your shoulders because it comes off with the Seven of Wands. Like you were a little guarded with moving forward with a Chariot next to it. Knight of Cups to the Three of Cups. Very in and out on knowing if you should develop or go into something. If the options were going to make sense, are they going to make sense? Should I entertain them? It's like you were on the wheel and the wheel wasn't moving. That Two of Wands, the Eight of Cups makes me feel like you're letting those belief systems fall. The Eight of Swords lets me know that you're not having anxiety or worrying about it. You're just going after what? The change. The change. You've been at a position where you've been at a distance from it or out in the cold for too long. And I feel like if you weren't speaking up, you're going to get balanced with speaking up. You're going to start speaking up. And I feel like the decision's just going to happen in 2026. And you might get a lot of success out of this shit too. Just so you know, it might be a lot of emotional wish fulfillment that you weren't expecting. Or I don't want to tell you you get like emotional praise, but you give me like you'll get it'll feel like I should have did this a long time ago. I should have de-stressed this energy a long time ago. You know what I mean? I stayed away for a reason, but at the end of the day, I really wanted to be able to open up and not focus on all the shit of the past. The past has been behind me, but I feel like people still let it linger and hang on to a kind of energy. I feel like you're moving away from that energy. I feel like you've done enough work here. And I feel like you're not going to see it until this next year comes in. And I feel like you're going to just feel propelled to mend these problems. And a lot of you are gonna test the water, is what I'm gonna tell you. I see you testing the water with the situations. Any other message for you? You give me an energy where if you don't trust situations or you feel like you have to pretend everything is fine towards love situations, Seven of Pentacles, Queen of Cups reversed, you'll stop working with it or playing with it. I already did say this, but you'll get away from it. It's almost like you've already had your fun or you've had your acknowledgement kind of energy. So some of you, if you don't feel like things have changed or willing to change with you, you'll let them go or you'll keep it at a distance and you'll trust your decision. You won't go towards this because your heart isn't looking at a situation. It's almost like I'm not looking at a situation to be right. I just want a situation to be right. It's how I feel when I read your energy. And I feel like when it comes to love situations, it's not going to be about where you've been, it's about where you're going. You have that Ace of Wands reversed. That just tells me about the excitement or the pleasure you've had in the past that you may have trusted. You aren't focused on that anymore. You ain't focused on that Six of Cups energy. You're focused more about where you're heading with that Ten of Swords in reverse. Where you're heading, where you're going, and how you're going forward, how you're building what you're going towards. That's what I see for Aries in 2026. We're going to move on to Taurus. All right, here we go. Taurus, I got to timestamp you, and then we'll start. We're going to messages for the zodiac sign of Taurus. It's going to be around 20. I'm going to call it 2050 because I think I'm going to talk for a minute and 21 minutes. Let's just do 21. Taurus, 2026. What's the energy for Taurus in 2026? What do we got for you? Welcome in. Remember to like, subscribe, and thank you for being here. Let's go. Taurus, 2026. Uh-oh, put him down. Put him down. Where's my cigarettes? In my pocket. Where'd I put them bitches? Did I not bring them down here? It's a different looking pack, so I might have put them up. They're right next to me, but they're dark marbles, and they kind of suck. But I like black. Black is it's my favorite color, so okay. Not that good though. Some of you guys are going to be trying to weigh your options with people and figure out if the people around you make sense to continue with, or if they make you happy. Some of you, that has a lot to do with what you do for work as well. If you've been in a situation where you've been looking for work, um, you're going to kind of, I feel like you'll try new things in like the beginning of the year. I don't know if you'll stick with it though. I don't pick up you'll stay with some of the things you try. It could be something like a restaurant or a bar. I see somebody like cleaning something. I also see somebody where they're like you could be like a bartender or a waitress. Some of you may pick up like that as a second or third thing to do, or just to fill in the time if something isn't making enough money. Um, if you have kids, you may have a little bit of a struggle with them like at first for a little while. Um, seeing it's more or less them listening to to what you have to say. It's almost like they have to figure it out on their own. And these kids I'm looking at, they're older. They're not young. They're older. They're not like 25, 30, but they're basically out the door older or just they're old enough to where it's like they have their own mindset, they have their own way of thinking. And they may give you a little bit of a they may give you a little like touch and go energy with like listening. It's almost like they don't realize what they don't realize because they haven't experienced it type energy. For some of y'all out there, that ain't gonna be for a lot of you. But here we go. Show me something else. Show me something for Taurus. Okay, I should have said it before the cards came out. You may also find a connection, or whether this has already happened or this comes into you in 2026. It feels like some of you, you're going to see it for what it is. There may be an energy around you that you may find somebody that likes to talk, but the words they put are a little scattered or they're not accurate about you. They're not accurate about you. I'm going to tell you right now. I feel like they're up in their head with this situation or the way they talk. And I don't feel I feel like you're gonna find out and you might cut them out of your life. You definitely might cut them out of your life. I almost feel like you're gonna feel like you got to get away from them, or you might be a little bit surprised that they were talking about you. I get like a surprised, fucked up energy with this one. Show me something, Taurus. You're not invest. I'm done. You're not going to invest in them. Ten of Pentacles reversed. Page of Swords. You're cutting out. Knight of Swords. You're cutting away from it. Judgment upright. Five of Cups. Knight of Wands. You're leaving them behind. There's going to be somebody, whether it's a woman or a man, you leave behind in 2026. You don't let them come with you much longer. The run's over. I don't know how else to put it, but the run ends. It's almost like. And the fucked up thing is, I feel like they knew you better well enough to know that you would do that. That part I don't really like. Here we go. It tells me too, if you have the opportunity to open up emotionally towards a situation that could create balance or like emotional fulfillment, you may be hesitant. I'm gonna say it again. You may be hesitant to opening up communication. Something about opening up communication or moving towards them. I'm done. Nine of Wands reversed. It's almost like you're looking at a situation, but you're not moving towards it. The Queen of Wands, it makes me feel like your heart's open to do it, but as far as you pushing toward, I don't feel it. I feel like you kind of hold off. Yeah, it's telling me with the King of Pentacles reversed, Temperance in the reverse. It's almost like it's easier for you to recognize that it doesn't make sense to go towards. You don't give me it's a too good to be true energy. You give me an awareness energy. What the fuck? Here we go. Let's go. Three of Cups, the World. what it is you notice the situations of the past that weren't willing to work with you, or the situations that unfolded in front of you that were told to you or that you witnessed on your own. You're just looking at it like, okay, that happened. Now what can I go towards, or what's going to happen now, or how it's you almost give me an energy. Once it's done, and you're not going to stay focused on it. They may try, some of you, they may try to see if you'll let them come back towards them. They give me an energy where they'll try to either apologize, or see if you'll work with them. I don't feel like you say yes. I don't feel like you do that. I feel like the King of Swords reverse, you say no. Or you just stay disconnected and you don't communicate. You keep them like, no, back up, bitch, kind of energy. You seem like you're more focused on business, your new beginnings, and wanting to trust building with an emotional connection in 2026. And then the truth and clarity is about you trying to discover if going in that direction makes sense for you. That's what your strong focus is going to be, looking at situations and seeing if they make sense to go towards. For Taurus so far, let's keep going. Let's see what else we get for you. Any other message for Taurus for 2026? Any other message for Taurus for next year? I'm just going to shuffle in my hands on this one. What is the message for that they... Okay. What is this about? It could be an air sign or an earth sign. There's a sign, it could be air or earth, that's stressing you out or has been. And I don't feel like they're coming for the ride with you. Emotionally, I feel like you cut them off. The only other sign I'm definitely gonna push out there, air, earth, or maybe a water for some of you. But I feel like you've given into that energy and you're moving away from it. I feel like you give me an energy where it's like, I don't want to tolerate it. I have the strength to move towards other celebrations. I'm not going to be stuck in a situation that that stresses me out, or that I feel I can't fucking trust. Something like that. I almost feel like you've had to really look at that situation for what it is as well. And you recognized it was too many fucking burdens. So I'm going to go on my own for a while until I find the happiness that suits me or fits my needs. Some of you, your challenge for 2026 isn't going to be about worrying about what can make you happy. It's about having truth and clarity that happiness can arrive. That'll be a challenge for you, especially if you haven't seen anything work towards love situations, towards maybe the man, or you've been aware that you've been single for a while and haven't developed a love connection. 10 of Swords, that new beginning that you've wanted, that foundation, felt kind of at a distance with the options or love in general, like feeling like it's going to make sense or it's going to be correct. Some of you also will discover that you've either already discovered, or you will discover somebody you dealt with may have been stuck on somebody else still and not telling you the truth. And you may emotionally become very aware of that. And you'll cut free of that energy as well. Let's see if I can get something else. I want to see what it has to do with what business is like for you. Show me business for 2026 for Taurus. Business. What's the message about business? If things felt like they were moving slow for you with business, they're gonna you have a good it's almost like if things weren't working out for you with business or love, there's a good chance you might get the sleight of hand come in 2026. With that 9 of Wands, it's almost like you were looking at a situation that wasn't showing fulfillment. Some of you, business is fine. Others of you, if it's been kind of a little sluggish or delayed, that and love situations, it's almost like you armor that up, the strength card. You start to figure that out. You start to trust moving towards it or going towards both of them again, because it's telling me you've cut free of either one or both. Some of you, it's felt like both have been a struggle or one's been a struggle for too long. Ooh, it's trying to tell me emotionally it's been easier to not focus on situations that felt like you learned from lessons. And really, so some of you, it may just be like, you know what, I'm going to go out, I'm going to have a good time. I'm not really going to focus on things. And that might be what you need for a change in 2026. Hold on. Clarify that nine of cups. The three, it's almost like you've stayed away from situations, or you felt like too many situations became disloyal, or too many things kind of came out, became obvious or told to you, shown to you or told to you, kind of energy. So you stop putting work because you didn't feel like things were changing. You stop worrying about it. You stop putting definitely stop putting work in it. You have the Page of Pentacles in reverse. You have the Tower in reverse, wanting or expecting changes, but you weren't. It wasn't mentally. I don't feel like mentally you were wrong. You just weren't seeing them happen. Three of Wands because they weren't. It's in reverse. Well, I feel like now you're going to focus on the things you can work with, or the situations that make sense, that emotionally make you feel like it's creating balance. You could also have somebody in 2026 asking about you that you've already been with. Air sign, fire sign, water sign. Somebody could be trying to ask about you, or you may hear about them, something like that. And I don't feel like you really care. It doesn't give me like you give a shit. Five of Wands, like you've already released it. It's in reverse. You're too focused on the situations that you're not aware of what's going to happen. Your mind's almost preoccupied on being curious on what will change. Is how I see things, not what didn't go right. It's more about where am I going, kind of energy for you. Like, some of you are still kind of like, I don't know if things are gonna level out or make sense, or if I should keep at a distance and not trust them. I feel like that changes, and you start to trust the new beginnings. I also get the energy if somebody was upset with you, it's probably a past love situation. If somebody was upset with you or you upset with them, you stop looking at the situation or being aware that you even have to have focus on it at all. You don't want to focus on it anymore because you have truth and clarity. It wasn't right for you. It wasn't the victory you were looking for. You know what I mean? It's almost like, yeah, haha, bitch, I see it for what it is now. And it's not going to stop me from where I need to be, the happiness I need to have. And you're going to trust the shit out of that. Show me something else for Taurus for 2026. Let's see what else we have for Taurus. Okay, thanks for being here, everybody. I let that cigarette burn up. That's all good. I've got plenty more, and they don't taste that good. There we go. Show me more for Taurus 2026. What are the messages for Taurus in 2026? What do you want me to tell them? Why is it the first card out for Taurus in 2026? Okay, so things that didn't feel like they were making sense or coming towards you or you were going towards, excuse me, I burped, but things that didn't feel like they were making sense or coming towards you, not in 2026, but in like 2025, or maybe even 2020, like could have been a year or two for some of y'all where it just wasn't making sense or there was no coming together. I don't feel like it's going to be the complete action you fulfilly go. I don't feel like you completely go after it, but I don't feel like you hide from it either. I don't think you're scared to go towards it. Feel like you start to trust if you should move towards it, kind of energy. What else is here for Taurus 2026? You will be very careful or guarded about if you take offers or what you do with people in 2026, it says. That it gives me an energy where you may felt like somebody treated you like, I can't say like an open relationship, but like a friend or friend zoned you, or they treated you in a situation where they kind of ghosted you. And if they didn't ghost you, it just didn't make sense to I'm going to tell you, it's showing me they made you feel like you were an option, or you were just another notch under the belt kind of energy. They weren't showing up for you kind of energy. Next is Five of Wands and the Three of Wands in reverse. I feel like that's why you're careful. You learned you couldn't trust when it comes to change. Is you didn't find it to be healthy. You may have thought you could move towards them or invest in them. You found out you couldn't. It might have put you in a position where you stay more oriented, workforce oriented, via over love. Focus on work a little more than you stress about love situations, or move towards the next option, or definitely move towards it. You'll be a little back and forth emotionally if you mentally feel you can trust what you see. You definitely might be a little back and forth with that. That's the everything is fine card. Four swords, 5 of cups. Emotionally, it's like I want to trust it or I want to invest in it, but is it going to do me like the past did to me when it comes to this love fucking situation? Some of you will be on the fence on if you can transition into believing it's going to bring everything you're looking for. That 10 of Pentacles energy, and it's almost like you don't want the stress, but you would like to trust or discover that it's worth trusting. Is what it's showing me. That is it. Basically, it's worth going towards. Some of you may hear about friends that struggle in a relationship or felt like they were the third party in a relationship, or find out next year. Some of you may have friends where you find out they were being cheated on next year. This is what I see for Taurus. We're going to move on. I almost get like, too, if you get told that by the friend doesn't want to believe it. You might have even been the person trying to like tell them. Not all of you, but some of you might have even been the one where it's like, I'm pretty sure fucking around on you. He or she's fucking around on you. Like it's not all like you're too close to it kind of energy. Whether it was you or whether you just get told it and it was somebody else that kind of gave them the whiff of news and they just didn't want to smell the roses type energy. Let's go to Gemini. Gemini is going to be around 39 minutes. Here we go. Gemini, for you, before I pick up the tarot and shuffle, it's going to be 2026 for you is definitely going to be about figuring out your next best situations with career. I also get it's going to be about figuring out how to get a little more balance in home life or health. Home life, health, and you give me family, work, and health. Those 3 things are going to be like your top priority, and nothing's going to get in the way of that. You may need to try to intervene in finding time for your own commitments, or recognizing the commitments that you would like to enjoy that you've kind of felt like you've grown apart from. That may be something you have to identify with or put time and energy into. Let's see what we got. Gemini. What is the message for Gemini 2026? I'm gonna say it. I feel like some of you Geminis are just trying new shit in 2026. Trying new shit, whether it's work, definitely feels. I gotta say around work, or the idea is to make money. Trying new things, developing new, either learning new skills or going after things. Maybe even some of you could be going back to old skill sets you have that you haven't touched in a while. What do we have? Your cards here on the table. What is this? I'm done. I just said going towards work and basically being the magician, pulling a rabbit out of the fucking hat. That's gonna be you going towards work and shit, figuring shit out, making sure it's like I'm getting mine this year and nothing's stopping me. Whether it's brand new or whether it's something I've already done that I brush up on that I'm good at already. Kind of energy for you. Show me something else for Gemini. 9 of Pentacles. You're very, very about that new beginning in career and making sure you pull it off. You can be like, I'm gonna pull it off energy. There's nothing that's gonna keep me down or stop me. Still kind of trying to discover what it's gonna be or transition into the next best thing. You also show me something else for Gemini before I say it. You're gonna put the work into it. 3 of Pentacles. You have most of your fucking cards are work-related cards, and I feel like you get heavy on that. 3 of Wands, 4 of Pentacles. So if you felt like things aren't working out or things went for a radical or drastic change, I feel like you don't stop figuring out what to invest in or how to. I feel like that is like the solution. It's almost like you have no choice but to embody that energy. And you could be either gender, by the way. Here we go. Four of Wands and the Ten of Wands. You definitely come off like you've been lonely. Like you've been lonely and you probably haven't put a little bit of balance energy into love situations. I'm going to tell you love situations. Seven of Wands, the Hangman, Ace of Pentacles. Love's here. I feel like some of you are still trying to figure out if you can find that connection that's going to be like this connection you're supposed to be with. This just makes me feel like you could be confused with identifying what's good for you. Here we go. Nine of Wands reversed, the Chariot, Page of Swords, Five of Cups, Knight of Wands, Strength. And so there's going to be situations where as time goes on, if they don't seem like they're working out or they're working well with you, I feel like it's going to be a lesson of letting them go, not being stressed about playing with them or feeling like you don't have the strength or integrity to let go of them, just trusting your decisions going forward in 2026 for Gemini. What else is here? Some of you, it could be with a water sign, air sign, or just making the decision to cut situations out. You have water sign, air sign, fire sign, by the way, and going after the things you can manifest, not worrying about other things around you or things that you. So if there are things that you worry about or think about constantly towards situations that you either want to be a part of or once were a part of, it isn't going to be a big focus on that. It's going to be about a focus on what am I doing and why am I doing it and what does it mean to me kind of energy for Gemini. What else is here? You're probably already thinking about this. Some of you, the messages, you could already be thinking about this or how you're going to move towards that energy. What's going to make sense? How's it going to work kind of energy? Queen of Wands, King of Cups, Judgment, Queen of Pentacles, the Fool. You could also feel like you've been at a distance with finding the new connection, whether it's success in career, becoming more abundant, and focusing on love or making time for love. It's like, it's almost, you feel like something's been left out or you've kind of given up on taking action towards opening up towards love situations. It's almost like you feel like it's too fucking good to be true, or it's not gonna be everything you wished for. And I don't feel like you like to admit that energy. I don't feel like you tell people. I feel like you keep that shit to yourself. You have an energy where you have an energy that's showing up to me where there's been a person in your life you either don't trust and you don't know if you can move forward, or there's a situation where it's either that or I feel like that already happened, where there's a situation where you felt like you couldn't move forward, you couldn't trust them, you didn't get the truth and clarity out of them, you didn't get the speaking out of them, you couldn't make common sense of why they were the way they were. Love is reversed, Ten of Pentacles, you didn't get the victory, but you want to still focus on happiness or balance out situations surrounding you. You may feel like they lacked emotional depth or they were a toxic individual as well. Next year is going to be about Gemini recognizing what I want to get rid of in my life and what I want to commit towards. This is what your tarot reading is telling me. What do I want to go towards and what do I want to drop is what you're going to be facing in 2026, Gemini. Let's see what else we get for you. Here we go. What other messages are here for Gemini in 2026? What else do we have for you, Gemini? I'm going to drink some coffee. My lips are getting a little dry. Show me something for Gemini. 2026, please. What have we got to tell them this year? What messages are here for them? I'm done. I told you already. I think I started it before I picked up a tarot card. You're going to be about finding the successes, becoming very practically. It's almost like you want to be available for you more than anything outside of you. And I feel like a lot of this has to do with things not being there for you or feeling like you stand alone in that energy. Nobody likes that fucking energy. Nobody wants to be in that energy. And I feel like Gemini's kind of nonchalantly acknowledged it and dealt with it. Well, now Gemini is going to get a little more serious in 2026, or that's going to be what's needed. It could just be what's needed for you. Here we go. What else is here? the moon in reverse. Some of you also, some of you will, there's a situation here where if things didn't work out, I almost clarify before I say anything else. I feel like you won't focus on it anymore. You won't. Page of Pentacles, you won't focus on it anymore. If things of the past didn't work out or upset you or hurt you, definitely could have been water sign, earth sign, air sign, by the way, whatever the fuck this is, whatever happened here, whatever just didn't work out, you kind of either outgrew together or just stopped putting effort in together. It feels like together you gave up on it, but it feels like it gave up more on you than you were willing to give up on it, until eventually it was like, well, it doesn't do anything for the thing that's in, like, for all the things that are important. It feels like you put too much of a burden on you. So the Four of Swords to the Eight of Pentacles to the Seven of Pentacles, I feel like you stopped focusing on that, or coming to a completion of letting it go. Nine of Cups, the Hierophant, Three of Pentacles. Could be a Libra. Some of you could be a Libra, could be a Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, could be a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Whatever you were trying to do, it's given me a lot of air energy vibe. Whether it was an earth sign, water sign, air sign, something you didn't trust. I'm done. Seven of Swords, High Priestess. Something you didn't trust, you're not giving into anymore. You're moving away from it. You recognize it didn't give you peace. It didn't make you happy. So I got to go. I'm not moving towards it. I'm getting away from it. And Gemini, I feel like you're aware of it. I feel like you want to focus on successes and those transitioning into that happening. I don't feel like you're going to give into a situation that it felt like it wouldn't make decisions or it wasn't helpful. It didn't feel like it was adding to the Pentacles here with the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. It didn't feel emotionally available to Gemini. And Gemini was like, what the fuck? I'm sick of being the security of all these fucking situations. You know what I mean? Like in the past, yeah, I dealt with it. I pretended everything was fucking fine. Well, I can't deal with the toxicity anymore. I need fucking change. You know what? I'm sick of being the fucking strong one. I'm sick of fucking always having to work or wonder what's going to happen. So you're going to cut that fucking noise out. Gemini's going to cut that fucking noise out, but you're not going to stop manifesting to the things that you can work with or move towards. And I feel like if you're worried about it now, maybe these tarot cards are here to give you truth and clarity, not to be worried about it or up in your head about it, and to trust the decision ahead of you, especially if love didn't work out, whether it was a fucking Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, or fucking Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. Whoever it was that you had to get away from, whatever zodiac sign it was, whether you felt like you were getting small communication or they weren't putting in enough effort, because it comes off like they're not doing enough, I feel like you just move on from that energy and you start to open up towards the options that are available towards you, Gemini. That's what I see for you in 2026. We're going to move on to Cancer. I hope you enjoyed that, Gemini. Let's go to Cancer. What is the message for Cancer for 2026? Cancer, some of you could want to move or not be, some of you could want to move or end up needing to move. Some of you could feel like, you know what, I want to live in a different place, or I just want to get out of this place. Some of you, it's just getting away from your place for a while. Some of you, it's a straight moving energy, whatever that's about. Cancer is going to be around 50 minutes. All right. Some of you, it's also, some of you may want to save your money as well in 2020. Start saving. I would say start saving now, but you could be wanting to save your money to buy something, whether it's something new. It could be something as simple as fixing something up that you've been wanting to fix up, or it could be replacing something, getting something new in place of something else. Some of you could be something as silly as a vehicle. I'm going to tell you to save your fucking money. First card out. Save that fucking money. All right, let's keep going. Here we go. Some of you felt like you were at a distance, or every time you would try to get balance in situations, it felt like you had to get away from these situations, or like that either it walked away from you or you were walking away from it. It feels a little bit both, like you walked away from it or it walked away from you. And you might have dealt with it with different energies. The Temperance in reverse with the Nine of Wands to the Page of Wands. Clarify that for Cancer. What's going on here? I feel like you're going to focus on things. To me, it's an energy where if things you've dealt with weren't working out or you've seen things weren't working out in your favor, it's not going to stop you from putting in the work. It's not going to stop you. You give me an energy where you wanted to see things work out, but they didn't. You wanted to see things work out or change, but they didn't. Page of Swords. You might have felt cut out or a lack of things propelling forward in a way you were hoping for. It's almost like you felt optionless or tied down to situations that didn't give you wish fulfillment, whether it was love or money. Neither one was fucking, you know what? Neither one was giving you that investment you were looking for. Is what I'm picking up for this. Here we go. You don't stress about that anymore. When it comes to love situations, what's this about for 2026? Holy fuck. Some of you may be pleasantly surprised and start investing in a relationship. Some of you may not see this coming. I'm going to say it again. Some of you may not see this coming. That's the Ace of Swords. That's the fucking Lovers, the Magician, the Two of motherfucking Cups, and the Ten of Pentacles. You may not see something coming towards you emotionally. It's almost like, hey, bitch, I'm here. Hey, bro, I'm fucking in front of you. What you gonna do with it? Kind of energy. Some of you that's coming towards you in 2026, and I don't think you were. I don't think you were waiting for it or trusting that it was happening. I think it just shows up. And what happens when it shows up? You might get a good fucking outcome. You might end up with a victory with something I don't even think you were fucking like harnessing in or focused on. Like I don't feel like you were aiming to do it. I don't feel like you were. I feel like you may need to be aware and trust the situation, because if you were aware and trust the situation, let's go to the bottom of the deck. It could be something really fucking good that's worth communicating with. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It could make a lot of fucking happiness or bring a lot of happiness to your life. It's up to you with what you're going to do, whether you're willing to invest or go towards it. I feel like a lot of you have been on the fence about going after it or focusing on it. And I feel like that's why it comes unexpectedly. I'm done. It doesn't feel like you focused on investing in it. And I feel like that's why it's like, now I'm here, bitch. Now I'm here. And what are you going to do with it? Kind of energy. I almost feel like it's given you an opportunity that you've stayed away from or weren't focusing on or trusting. And it looks like it's a sexual connection or partner that you stayed away from. Situations you didn't get stuck on anymore, kind of fended for your own. Well, I think it's decision time now. Are you going to have this new fucking beginning? Are you going to have the strength to do it? Are you going to start playing with it? That's up to you. And how you feel, or that's about where you're at in life. The Hierophant, the Knight of Cups, the Nine of Cups, the Three of Cups, the Ace of Cups, the Queen of Swords, the Five of Swords, the Page of Pentacles. It's almost like they're presenting you a gift, or it was a matter of time until something showed up good for you. It was a matter of time, either until it showed up for you or you showed up for it, Cancer. That's how I see your reading. Your reading's kind of fucking awesome, because it's like the Hierophant to the Knight of Cups makes me feel like you've learned, okay, I know what I've been away from. I know what I haven't indulged in. I haven't moved towards that Three of Cups energy, that Nine of Cups, that basically have been emotionally my own support system. Ace of Cups reversed. I need action in love situations. I've stayed out of them, but maybe that's the changes in the work that I need to focus on. Maybe that's the curtain I got to open. Maybe that's what I got to open my eyes up to and start moving towards, making the decision, transitioning towards it, because I have not been putting in the work or trusting the availability around me. You haven't. It's telling me you have not fucking trusted that shit as far as you can throw it. You've stayed at a distance from it, is what it says here. Thank you for the super chat. Well, now it's time. It's about inviting yourself back into basically getting out there and exploring it. And if you don't explore it, I feel like it still comes and finds you. I do. I feel like it will still come and find you. What are you going to do, though? Some of you, if it's somebody you dealt with, water sign, air sign, it could be a water sign, air sign, earth sign, maybe an Aries or fire sign. But if it's a air sign, water sign, earth sign, you don't go towards it. If you already dealt with them, you find them toxic as hell. If it's somewhere you've been, you won't take it on. They couldn't even challenge. They couldn't. I double dare you to try me. I've changed. You wouldn't buy that shit. You'd be like, yeah, you're full of shit kind of energy. You wouldn't even brush. It would do nothing for you. You know, it'd be like a waste of table talk for you and a friend. You might talk about it for 2 seconds just to be like, the person must think I'm fucking born yesterday. You know what I mean? Like, here we go. Anything else for Cancer? Anything else for the zodiac sign of Cancer? 2026. What is the message for Cancer? 2026. Hello, everybody. What do we have 2026? Zodiac sign of Cancer. What do you want me to tell them for next year? I'm done. You have an opportunity that could show up for you. That's the Two of Cups. That's love situations. I feel like it's not, I feel like it's up to you. I get this. It's up to you, or what are you going to do with it? Are you ready for it too? Is what I'm wondering. Because some of you, I got a strong hesitant energy. I don't give a fuck if you're a woman or a dude. You're hesitant as fuck on believing that that's an option for you. Motherfucker, it's an option. Like, I don't know what else to say to you. It's driving me nuts. It's a fucking option. But are you going to take action or pursue that? Are you going to invest in it? Are you going to invest? You could be a little up in your head or your feelings on what to do. It looks a little more like in your head about what to do or if you would invest. When it's towards love situation, clarify this. Some of you, it isn't about the person or the persons in the past that fucks you up or upsets you. It's about what you want going forward. What do you really want? Because if you're willing to go forward, if you've been out in the cold and you're willing to invest, you're willing to let go of the past, that Ace of Wands, that communication, temperance in the wheel, it's all about what you can go towards in 2026 or what could show up in front of you. Show me more for Cancer, please. It is Ace of Pentacles. Basically, you could get more than you bargained for in 2026, Cancer. You get a lot more than you bargained for, especially if you've been at a distance with developing it or pursuing action. And it doesn't just feel like it's a career-related issue. It feels more like it's with love situations. It feels like it's the strength of going after the changes or the sacrifices to have the victories in love situations. The new beginning and manifesting it, taking the chance, taking the lead with it. And I feel like that is what you need to do in 2026. You just fell out. That is probably what you're supposed to do in 2026, Cancer. All right? Is it going to be worth it? Is it practical? Will it bring everything I want? The only way you're going to know is if you're willing to experience it. This is the message I have for Cancer. I'm going to give you more. Your message is way too short. I can't leave you that short. I got to think of what else I can give you, what else I can ask for you. Show me anything else for Cancer outside of that. If you can give me any other energy for Cancer, I got to shuffle. I have to shuffle for this. Any other messages for next year for the zodiac sign of Cancer? Any other thing that needs to be brought up? What needs to be said to Cancer that has not been said? You're gonna focus on not being. I feel like you've already mastered this. Like you not being as stressed out about situations that won't change. I feel like you've already come into like the mastery or the understanding of that. And it doesn't feel like one scenario made it obvious. It feels like multiple scenarios made you strong in that area. Here we go. Show me something for Cancer. Don't want to go back in. You'll be making decisions towards love, or that's what they want you to focus on, or that's what you're supposed to focus on. You probably already fucking know this. You're probably aware that that's what needs balance, and that's what needs to be played with. And once again, like I said, needs balance, or who can get the balance? Let's look together. Who can get the balance? Nine of Pentacles is your energy. The Chariot is your energy. Nine of Pentacles is speaking about you because it's upright in my deck, and it's about not worrying about what you can have and just getting it. going after it. Because I feel like you've been at a distance for putting the work towards it or rushing towards it. It's almost felt like, what the fuck is the point? Like you've wanted to build towards it, but you haven't worked towards it. You've stayed away from it or not trusted it. I feel like you're very. There's no way you don't know that about yourself. You didn't accept any offers, or you may have had a hard time with a water fire sign in the past and pretended like everything was fine when really you knew that you were dealing with a lying piece of shit. Say it the way I see it. You could have felt like that was what was you were dealt, whether it was a fucking water sign, fire sign, air sign, dealing with a lying piece of shit. And I feel like you found out for what it was, that this wasn't for you, or that it was unhealthy and you had to let it go. Been there, done that. It isn't about where you've been, it's about where you're going. Cancer, where you're going and why you're going to go there, or if you're willing to give it the opportunity that could show up for you. Show me something else for Cancer. What is the message for the zodiac sign of Cancer? I feel like you're discovering your strength. I feel like you're also going to speak up more, or you're going to start to look at the things that need work or that you need to tie down and investing in. Maybe if you felt at a distance, or you've noticed you haven't put a lot of work and effort into things that could make you potentially happy or could transition in your best interest to be worth working with, to give you that passion, not to feel like you got to walk away. It's like, because I feel like you've been in that walk away energy or staying out of it energy. I don't feel like that's what you're supposed to focus on next year. I feel like you're supposed to focus on all of the above next year. Ten of Swords. It's like you can have it, but are you willing to have it? Kind of energy for Cancer. This is what I see for Cancer. God damn, Cancer. You made me spit out a lot. Now, yours may not be as long as everybody else's, but I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to move to Leo. Leo, before we do Leo, Cancer, you can have whatever you want. It's up to you, Cancer. Leo's going to be around 104. All right? 104 for Leo. Leo. Some of you may feel like you're trying to keep up with situations, or you're feeling like situations can't keep up with you. But I also get the energy for some of you Leos. You may feel like there isn't enough things that really show enough change, or you need to focus on how you're going to make those changes. Some of you it has a little bit to do with work, while others of you it also has to do with basically being available, or being able to like have enough time to put towards work, but also family, and making spare time or free time for yourself. Some of you, it may be good for you to go towards connections that you trust or know well next year. Friends that you haven't dealt with in a while. Go hang out with them. Do some shit like that. You know what I mean? Instead of just having those, whether it's an epiphany or a moment to yourself of things you've done or fun you've had with friends that you're still united with. Maybe it's about picking up the phone or sending the text message, or saying we're going to do something, but actually following through with making the time for it. That could be very important for you. Here we go. Page of Wands, upright. I feel like it's about you speaking up, not only for the situations that you want to see truth and clarity with, but maybe situations that you know that may need work, things you haven't probably given any attention to or spoken upon. If there's work situations here that need a little bit of addressing, things you felt at a distance with. Nine of Cups. Why is that here? Out of balance with, or they just weren't working out. Anything that wasn't working out, and you give me an energy where you stop focusing on it. You might have started to focus more on stability or security. That might have been the peace of mind, or the patience that you played, or the hand you felt you needed to work with over love situations. Some of you Leos, it straight up tells me you gave up on love altogether. You gave up on love altogether. If you didn't give up on love altogether, if you didn't give up on it, you feel like it gave up on you. If you didn't give up on it, you feel like it gave up on you, Leo. And there's a lack of trust here. The Magician, I'm done. The Magician reverse is lack of trust and then trust. Clarify this for Leo. It's some people have become aware. Like I don't. It's almost like you have it's too good to be true energy. Leo has it's too good to be true energy. I hate to fucking put it like this. You may be facing this now or go into 2026 and recognizing you got to release that energy. Recognizing you can have options. There are options available out there for you. Even if you feel like, nah, I'm disgusted or there's no options there for me. I don't see it kind of energy. Because it's trying to make me feel like you don't see it being available or in front of you type of energy. Show me something else for Leo, please. Six of Swords. What are you going to invest in? What's worth the investment in 2026? Let's clarify this. Excuse me, for Leo. What's worth the investment? Finding your happiness. It's about you finding your happiness because the sun is in reverse. The king emotionally feeling at a distance with it. You almost feel like there's nothing around me that makes sense to go towards. That's how it shows me. The Emperor reversed with the Seven of Swords. Excuse me, the Seven of Pentacles. It's almost like disinterested. Not trusting the situations. Or moving towards them. It's all you give me an energy where you don't feel like there's situations around you where it's maybe there's no physical attraction. Maybe there's no, you don't feel intimate about shit or people around you. I don't feel like you shut the door. I just feel like you feel like it's just the fucking curtain shut. And you're like, when's the fucking curtain going to open kind of energy? I don't know. That's kind of a weird analogy, but let's keep going. Show me more for Leo. 2026. I get it. Some of you stay away from, have shut the door on love situations because you deemed it to be toxic. That's what it says. And I was waiting for the devil to show up. What I did not tell Leo during this reading, it wouldn't stop showing me the devil. It was the card in front of me. And transitioning into the devil, looking out at situations, wanting to create balance on the bottom of this tarot spread. You have that Nine of Cups, Seven of Cups energy, where it's like not really initiating or opening your heart to situations or fighting for them. Queen of Cups, Four of Cups reversed, kind of staying emotionally unavailable or unentertained, distracted. You were distracted. King of Wands, not playing with it in reverse. Page of Cups, not emotionally opening up to it. I had to stay away versus go towards communication, and I know that about myself. Energy. I had to stay away. Or if it wanted to stay away, I was okay with it not being around type energy. This just confirmation for me that you were okay with not going towards it or knowing it wasn't coming towards you. You were just like aware of this. Well, what's going to happen in 2026 for Leo? What do you get? Let's keep going. You're going to have to really decide on if you're ready to invest in situations or move towards them, is basically what it says. Because right now it says absolutely not. No, Leo. Three of Pentacles, the Five of Cups, the Wheel, the Two of Wands, the Star card, the Three of Wands reversed. When it comes to celebrations or moving towards them, it's a fuck no. It's on pause. It's stopped. It is stopped. The Nine of Swords, it causes too much chaos or confusion. You also may feel like it may be too much of a burden or it's not showing up in front of you, kind of energy. Page of Swords, you feel cut away from it. Four of Pentacles, when it comes to stability or the thoughts of it, you try to keep it out of your mind as much as you want to see things change, as much as you want to see things this flip up or the action change. It hasn't yet. It hasn't yet. So your message it's obvious to me. It's about you in 2026 you may have to be patient but open in 2026. towards the patience is there, but the lack of trust is there as well towards love or committing towards it, believing it's going to be there for you the way you want it, Leo. Getting what you want, you're getting it now. Now it's showing you getting it. You're kind of a little lacking believing or the trust of it, that it could be that he's going to ask you to marry him, hold your hand, be there as much as you need him, he needs you. It's not that you need each other, it's that you both want each other mutually, or you're both fond of each other enough to take care of each other, or try to improve yourself to see if the other person improves himself, not even in a competitive way, but just to be able to like bounce the energy of love back and forth type shit. Here we go. And it's about you trusting going towards those victories, Leo. A lot of you, it's about you trusting it, or you believing it's available. Something about being available for you. Because right now you don't feel like it's out there. You feel left out behind in the cold. You feel like it's like it's fucking it's a bunch of dust bunnies. It's invisible. It's non-existent. This love situation doesn't feel like it's available. And I feel like Leo knows this. I do feel like this could be a guy's reading, but it feels a lot heavier to me on my shoulders, like a woman's reading that she has truth and clarity with. Are you willing to go towards the work or create the happiness? That's the question. Because as of right now, you don't trust the investment, it says, or see an investment to move towards that's worthwhile. You don't trust an investment, or you could still be upset with that, with the last fucking situation you dealt with. I don't think if you're upset with that, it's much in your way. I think it may be something that you think about from time to time, but I don't feel like you're still stuck on that. Look at that. The next card is the Hangman reverse. I don't feel like you're still stuck on that. All right. I feel like you're more focused on when am I getting balance, how am I getting balance, and who's it going to be with. Or that's what you need to focus or put work and effort into in 2026, Leo. Let's go to the other tarot deck for Leo. All right, let's keep going here. Okay. Jesus, Leo. What else we got for you? What else is here for Leo 2026? What else is here for Leo 2026? What are the messages for Leo? What do we have for Leo? What needs to come out for information for 2026 for the zodiac sign of Leo? I want to see what comes up, but I am lighting up for this one. Hell yeah. I'm definitely smoking on my own zodiac sign. Are you out of your mind? Of course I'm doing that. Here we go. These nasty fucking cigarettes, just because I thought the cool pack looked cool. Bitches were $14 too. And they were cheaper than Marlboros up here. Here we go. Leo. 2026. Shit went up my nose. What are the messages for Leo 2026? Why is that the first card? What is this? Oh, clarify why that's here. Oh my God, I'm not doing that many. No way. What are you? I feel like it's about the stability or the emotions and what you're willing to open up to. And the King of Wands energy makes me feel like it's about you kind of going into a decision where it's like, are you going to go against the grain and not play with opening up to what you could invest in? Are you going to stay where you are in 2025 towards emotional connections? Or are you going to start playing with opening up towards them? That's what I think is of interest in 2026 for you so far. Here we go. Celebrations, Ten of Wands. Some of you know that this is what needs. It's a reality check that you know that you haven't really moved forward towards celebrations, or the celebrations that fell apart, whether it kept you thinking about it or stuck on it for a little while. That does feel released. You discovered, well, my strength needs to be action and not just thinking about the action. Investing. I'm done. Look at this. Investing in the change. The next card is the investing. The King of Pentacles is super investment. You know what I mean? Because it's telling me emotionally you haven't been with it, or you haven't moved into it. You don't come off upset, but you do not come up fulfilled emotionally or equipped, like matched, finding that match. Some of you did deal with a toxic ex. I fucking hate to give it out like that, but it could have been an air, water, earth sign. Air, water, earth sign. You did deal with somebody of the past that was either an air, water, or earth sign that was toxic as shit. They probably didn't change. And you probably still can't fucking trust a bitch as far as you can throw them. Some people don't change. Some people fear change and they stay that fucking way. I don't feel like you're supposed to get stuck in the decisions of others. I feel like you're supposed to find the new beginnings that bring value to your life. The Ace of Pentacles that are worth the fucking work, not just sitting at them waiting for them, because that's what it seems like you've been doing instead of rushing towards them or going out creating them. Two of Cups, Nine of Cups. This is only going to make sense to the Leo that is not in love, like that's not in love or with a partner, like connected with that partner right now, because it's showing me you're not in with these two cards. Clarify to me that you're not in a relationship. You're not in that relationship. You're at a distance from being in that relationship. You're emotionally fulfilled or focused on victories, but you're not seeing any progress with relationships. Like more, no, the answer is you're not. You feel cut out, or like it's not taking action, is what it tells me for Leo. And I feel like that's what you gotta focus on in 2026 is the changes of it, making believing that that shit can be an option or change in front of you, that you can make it change, or that it's available to you. Anything else for Leo? The Star card, and what do you want to go towards, and what do you want the most? Because it tells me you probably want success in career and success in home. Don't know who that's making sense with, but I guarantee most Leos want to move fucking towards it. Most Leos want to fucking move towards it. They're waiting for that to happen. That's what I've got for Leo. All right. We're going to move on. Virgo around 119. Here we go. Where's my pen? Right here. I let my cigarette burn out on almost every sign. You got to bear with me on that. Virgo's going to be around 119. Virgos, you could want to, I feel like you're going to go out more next year. You give me like a wanting to be more spontaneous or being more heard or seen in 2026. You almost give me like feeling very encouraged to initiate a little bit more than you did in 2025. Not all of you needed to do, maybe some of you did that in 2025, but I feel like in 2026, a lot of you go towards being more in front of people or gatherings. I see like you're out more, or you're doing more. You're seeing people kind of vibe towards or focus on you. You give me like people want to focus on you energy. And I almost get like you like it. I do get that you like that focus, or you like them seeing it around you, like that you like the confidence of it. Who the fuck wouldn't? All right, here we go. Let's go. Some of you in the like before the summer, like spring to the summer, you could be also trying to budget a little bit more, or balance out. I feel like you're playing catch up too with certain things. Juggling. You give me juggling energy in finances before like spring to summer type energy for you. Here we go. I don't want to say catch up. Some of you could feel that way though. Some of you have truth and clarity that whoever the fuck you cut out, fire sign, air sign, it was the right fucking move. It was probably the best thing you could do, the best chapter in your life to let it go. You give me this, fuck that shit. I gotta let it go, and I gotta trust me right now. I don't fucking need him or her to fucking be in front of me or to invest in them or to waste my fucking time. Some of you felt like if you were to go towards that situation, it would just be a waste of time, a waste of emotions, or a waste of your energy. You give me like it's a waste of my energy, and I'm not going to fight for something that doesn't fight for me. Could be a little bit why you're more on scene or more visible to people, because I feel like you've let go of what didn't work, and now it's about what I can make work, what I can invest in. Go to the bottom. You don't give me a lot of stress with where you've been. It's about a lot of trust of the things that you've seen that didn't work, but how can you fulfill what needs to show up for you with that 10 of swords? You're basically in pre-manifestation mode about being the person in front of everybody, all eyes on you type energy. Show me more. You're right in front of me. Holy shit. You're the card looking at this 9 of Cups. And it feels like because you've been at a distance with love or building a love and finances together, you've probably been doing it solo. Knight of Wands, 4 of Wands. You almost come off like you haven't focused on it as well. And you know that when 2026, you may open up a new fucking chapter and start to recognize like the opportunities that are available to you at your disposal. I should put it like that. Here we go. 5 of Cups. Clarify the 5 of Cups in reverse. I don't feel like you're hurt. I feel like you've made a decision to invest in situations. But when it comes to being hurt or the lines of communication or thinking about situations that did hurt you, where are we going? You go back to what can I invest in that's going to invest in me? And you may have went through this a lot through 2024 and 2025. 8 of Swords. I think you were a little nervous about getting like the happiness or meeting things halfway until you stop stressing about them. It says you went back and forth with this stress a little bit, whether it was it could have been a lot of mental stress. Some of you could have felt like body stress or broken bones, whatever the fuck. Here we go. Strength card, 3 of Wands, the 9 of Pentacles. You're moving out of any energy that doesn't suit you, and you've already acknowledged you're willing to do this. Some of you may have already started. It's a matter of feeling like you need, it's almost feeling like, okay, now I know I what I need to work on, and it's being available. Look at this shit. It's being available for next card. Love. What I was about to say. Love. Didn't know it was there. Love. I got to start opening up towards love again. Enough's enough. I've waited long enough kind of energy. I haven't fought for it. I haven't created balance. I haven't moved towards it. Definitely haven't fucking moved towards it. And you're fucking well aware of that shit. You fucking know it. And you're lying if you say, oh, that's not true. You're bullshit. All right, here we go. Queen of Wands, your heart's been shut down. You've been stuck in that energy of not moving towards it or trusting it. Now it's time to move towards it. Because emotionally, it's time to take action and open up. Find the peace. Because you've recognized situations that didn't invest in you or didn't show change or appreciate what they had. Just because you couldn't trust it wasn't supposed to slow you down forever or stop you. It wasn't. It was supposed to make you feel more enticed to look at the opportunities that you have not found yet. All right. Some of you, the balance is kind of like, are you willing to operate with it? Are you willing to challenge yourself to go to do with this? It's about you making a decision. Some of you will work with it. 2 of Swords, Page of Pentacles, upright, Queen of Swords. That's a 3 yeses. Some of you would definitely take the opportunity or look at the obstacle as a challenge and invite the opportunity in or meet it halfway. Shit, I like that. Some of you know that transition needs to happen. Some of you know it's going to upset somebody you dealt with if they get wind of it. Who gives a fuck? That person still needs a lot of healing. Whoever the fuck that is, that person's, if they're worried about your shit, it's they're putting their nose where it don't fucking belong because you decided to establish what's good for you while they're still stuck in situations that they don't know how to, basically, they still need a little bit more growth, a little more emotional maturity, or least emotional manipulation towards their feelings towards outside circumstances that have nothing to do with them. And I think you're going to see it for what it is in 2026, especially if you start to encounter other people get a whiff of that scent of you being out there or doing shit, and then try to intervene or say some shit. I don't think if it was me, I wouldn't give them the time of the day to fucking let them know any of my business. Or I'd be like, what the fuck is it to you? Kind of energy. You know what I mean? Like we've been there, done that. Like hello, kind of energy. All right, what else is here for Virgo? I hate to say this, and I didn't want to say this, and I didn't see this in the tarot. Some of you guys may know, could be family members that have some serious health complications next year too. That ain't gonna be for all of y'all, but some of you may see some family with some serious health complications. Situations just I'm not gonna get in depth in it, but that's what I'm gonna say. Some of you that may just unfold. Here we go. Here we go. Could be dementia or Alzheimer's, some shit like that. There's other things that I'm not getting into it. Here we go. Knight of Swords is reversed. Clarify what's here for Virgo 2026. So, whatever sign you may have dealt with, air sign, water sign, could be fire, but it looks like air sign, water sign. Whatever sign you did invest in, if it was a fire sign, it could be a Sagittarius, could be the Tower, could be a Leo, whatever the fuck sign it is, whatever wasn't worth it, or you put a lot of thought into, you stop kind of being practical or worrying about building it, you let it go. That's not where you're supposed to focus on. I don't feel like that's doing anything to help a situation. I feel like releasing that and finding the next best thing is where you're at. Even if it upsets the person you dealt with, because it may just be what the fuck happens in 2026. It's almost like this person wasn't this person's kind of like this person's a page. This person's a fucking king that you could move towards. But are you wanting to do that? Two of Cups upright, probably. If you're ready, it's up to you. If you're ready, here we go. Did any fall on the ground? Nope, I caught them all. It tells me you're probably gonna put the time or effort into the situation. You will probably do that. If you see the opportunity or it arises for you, you'll probably give to it. You will give to it. Some of you will be a hesitant or a little emotionally off put at first before you invest or see it to be a real win in love. Transition into the Two of Cups that I was waiting to show up. There you are. So some of you have good opportunity, or some of you may find somebody that you didn't expect. I can't say you didn't expect. I'm going to say I almost feel like you may find something you wanted and not be doing everything on your own for much longer. That's the easiest way to put it. It's almost like something you wanted, now you're going to get. Something you've been at a distance from, you're gonna get now. Something that's felt locked away or out in the cold, or just not there. You give me like I haven't tried for it energy. This is what I'm picking up. I haven't tried for it energy. I haven't given into it. Next year may be a totally different fucking thing that you focus on. And I bet I would put my money on it. Maybe not for every Virgo watching, but for a good proportion of you. What else is here? You're going to open up. It's going to be what you're supposed to do. You're going to open up. It's what you're supposed to do. It's what you're supposed to invest in, especially because that's what you know is missing. You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling you, that motherfucker you dealt with, that it fell apart like it went to shit, they're going to be upset. I told you already. They're going to be pissed off about it. Let them be what they're going to be. They'll get over it and just live your life. This is what I'm seeing for you, Virgo. All right, we're going to move on. Libra, around 131. 131, coffee. Here we go. I can only imagine what people are saying in the channel comments. I'm not focused on it. I'm just focused on reading for you guys into the new year. Here we go. Libra. I looked at a couple, but I'm like, I'm just going to keep going. Here we go. Libra, 2026. Some of you are definitely going to be in that energy of trying to expand your knowledge, experimenting with new things, working with new things, or trying new things. Some of you will feel like you need to focus on that, but also opening up towards love or being available, letting it be available, working with it. Some of you may not be. I feel like some of you are favoring work over love right now, and you're very aware of that. Some of you may also feel like, I don't know if I want to give love another chance, and could have felt like that for a while. Here we go. Knight of Wands, Three of Wands, Ace of Pentacles. Some of you you've got such a fucking independent energy. That you're trusting, and you have no choice but to trust it and invest in situations that maybe you've been strong about or wanted to see work from the past that didn't work out. Some of you, it's about a purge or a release energy. You recognizing you have no decision but to let go, let it be what the fuck it is kind of energy. And I feel like it just gives you like the mindset of learning more or going towards more and not focusing on that shit, letting that be what it is. You have that Knight of Wands, the Three of Wands, feeling at a distance when it comes to knowing things could have worked out or should have worked out, having truth and clarity that I'm better off on my own type energy. Some of you are very aware of that. Some of you don't want to admit that that's what you've been in that energy. That it's almost like that. It's like that the investment, when it comes, I don't feel like you fought for love. I'm done. You have not fought for love. And if you said, yeah, well, I wanted it, or like some of you, it's like I haven't fought for it, or it doesn't fight for me. Some of you, it's both. Some of you, it feels both. I don't fight for it anymore. I don't give into it anymore. It doesn't fight for me. I don't fight for it. What the fuck's the point? Is how you're feeling. Ten of Swords. Let's clarify it. I hate to put it out there like this. Sometimes it's just better to move the fuck on. And I feel like that's the rude awakening Libra needs to see right now. You can't be stuck on situations that ain't showing any development or not fucking working. Make peace of it. If it ain't fighting for you, all you're doing is keeping yourself stuck there, and you should be well aware that's what you're doing. It's time to take that new leap of faith or a new risk. If it's not going to work out for you in a situation, or it's not emotionally available, is it doing anything for you? Is it helping you find your peace, your happiness, or is it just wasting fucking time? Because it ain't showing that it's moving forward. It's moving backwards from the success or victories or the celebrations that you deserve to have. No, like if it's not giving any action or if it's not putting any work, any momentum into it, I don't feel like you're supposed to sit with it. I feel like you're supposed to recognize and trust this is the end. Definitely trust. You need to trust that something isn't going to change, because there's no trust here that's worth sitting in the energy of believing it can be what you wanted it to be. You'd be lying to yourself. In other words, some of you have to basically see a situation for the Seven of Cups, Justice, the Emperor in reverse. What's done is done, and I got to go away, or I got to move away from it. I got to move on. You have a move on energy. Some of you have chosen to move on and invest in yourselves. Emotionally, what's going on. But you haven't opened up communication towards anybody, or you feel like there's nobody that's wanting to talk to you, is what it's showing me. Either you have not spoken to them like the next person, or you don't feel there's anybody that's worth speaking to, or nobody's coming towards you kind of energy. You have too much Page of Wands reverse, Seven of Wands, a little bit guarded towards believing anything's going to change with speaking your card in reverse. Communication starting. Next year, you're going to see a situation that you know that you had to get away from. So basically, you're in an energy where it's like, I had to move away from an issue, like a love situation that was not ever going to evolve or change. And I had to get on it. I don't give a fuck if you're a woman or a man. I had to get honest with myself. I had to own that shit. Now I have to take action. It's not just about you seeing it for what it is. It's about you taking action or wanting to move out of that energy, knowing that it's time for you to move towards something different, transition to something different, put work somewhere else. Some of you, how you'll know this is your story, it was stressing you out more than it was making you happy. So should I say it again? It was stressing you out more than it was making you happy, or making you believe you were enough. Cut it out. Knight of Cups reversed. Star card, 9 of Cups. And I feel like it's about you trusting that you can still go towards love again or that it will show back up for you. I feel like a lot of you, you're on the verge of letting go or healing over a situation that didn't work out. And just being honest with yourself. Whoever this is, you probably had to get away from. It's specifically telling me you may have had to get away from a any sign. I'm gonna say it could be a water for some of y'all, but it looks like air. Definitely looks like air, fire, or earth sign. Air or fire, especially could be air or fire. Maybe maybe water, but it looks like air, fire, earth sign. Whatever sign. To me, the zodiac sign is irrelevant. Here we go. It's about you kind of recognizing, you know, something. It's time to. I can't harbor the feelings. I can't believe in something that's going to change that never will. And I just feel like that's going to be something you're really focused or dedicated to seeing it for what it is next year. You may identify with it now, but next year it just makes it easier for you not to be stuck in that energy. Here we go. Show me something. You won't be thinking about it anymore because you've learned. You're not upset about it anymore because you've learned. Emotionally, you feel like you've given your time to it, and now you cut away from it. You definitely cut away from it. 4 Swords reversed. You've given it the thought. You've learned about a situation. Mentally, you got clarity. Emotionally, let it go. Temperance upright. Page of Swords. Stopped giving to it. Started recognizing I need to give to something else that's going to give to me with the 10 of Cups. And that's the direction, or that's the momentum that you're going to start moving towards in 2026. This is what Libra's going to move towards. I feel like you've had a lot of pain or a lot of sorrow or a lot of upset days or a lot of times where you've been upset, whether you spoke about them or you kept them to yourself. That's not my business. The business on the table is it's happened, and you know it's fucking happened. Here we go. King of Swords reversed, and now it's about you releasing it or not giving into it. It's you, goddammit, Justice. That's your card. Your card and your card are together. What are the odds? 8 fucking cards, and your cards are together. You releasing the hurt or the pain of a situation that's not reversible or fixable. Making the decision to see that you got to take action and move on to something else that's gonna make you fucking happy. All right, this is what I'm seeing for you, Libra. This is what's up with your shit, Libra. It's about, it's basically, nobody should make you feel like you're being strung along or make you feel like it's like you were an option or like, I get a lot of weird energy. There's lack of trust, there's disassociation. There's too many different fucking energies right now. Why deal with it? Is how I view that. Why deal with it? I wouldn't deal with that shit. Fuck that. I'd say no goodbye. I'm moving on to fucking better and happier fucking days. That's the action and clarity and the decision I'm gonna fucking make. That's the balance Libra deserves and should get. Cut away from that bullshit. Definitely you cut away from that bullshit. Now your cards aren't together. Have you given too much time to it? Has it hurt too much? I fucking think it has. And I think it's time to move away from it because it's not going to be the wish fulfillment you're supposed to go towards. Your reading is about like you finding that person that's going to make you happy and love the fuck out of you. That's your message. Not worrying about feeling like somebody's going to play catch up with you or come back to you the way you would like. No. That ain't fucking happening. Not in 2026. You're about embodying the energy of seeing a situation that you've outgrown and moving on, doing your own shit, and then allowing like the ebbs and flows, the natural parts of life to show up for you and you to show up for it. And it's about you kind of, it's about you recognizing too that you want to entertain somebody new, being available for it. Some of you, it's gonna feel like I don't know if I should do this. That's gonna be up to you. I can't make up your fucking mind. Only you can do that. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be about are you willing? Do you want to? Or do you just want to focus on what you want to focus on and forget all the love situation altogether? Everybody's different. So that really depends on where you sit or how you feel. All right, so I'm always getting dry. I gotta drink some coffee. All right, let's give you Libra some more. Show me something else for Libra 2026. Libra. What are the messages for Libra in 2026? What do you want me to tell them for next year? What do you want me to say to them about next year? So next year, I feel as if it's going to be, it's almost like the message is letting go of situations, that weren't meant to work out, that they felt like they became toxic, or they weren't giving towards, whether you wanted to give towards it or you wanted it to give towards you. It's about removing yourself from that energy. Next year is about you removing that, you figuring out how to balance that energy, not invest in that shit, and go towards the changes that are good for you and the options that are good for you. And who's that message for? It's for you. You, not somebody you've been with. The message was specifically for you to stop connecting with a situation that you may still think there is love there, or what could be done. The investment could be had that feels like it's already ended, or you feel so far away from a situation that you know it's not going to show up, or you can't pretend like everything is fine if it's not showing up for you. Nobody's going to know that better than you. Show me something for next year for Libra. Your happiness is vital and key to everything. And if somebody's not willing to sacrifice or give you that energy now, they probably aren't going to be ready next year. And I feel like the message here is for you to discover and to trust that inside of your own divinity, your own soul, your own life mission, your own purpose. It isn't about investing or rewatering situations that you've already had a beginning with. It's about starting a new beginning. It's about accepting endings. It's about recognizing endings that aren't stressing you out anymore, or that you're no longer eyes gazing at, or attached to, feeling attached to. It's about manifesting the movement, trusting the movement, trusting the passion and what can develop in front of you, what can transition. Because right now it seems like you either got a small offer or none. You got a small offer or no offer. And I think you know that. When it came to love, reverse, Two of Cups, feels like it didn't reciprocate or treat you or balance out. So there's no stress here. Nine of Swords, you could have been upset. The Fool, it's about taking on risks, inviting in, and discovering that's the action and truth and clarity you're supposed to do. You're supposed to go with brand new fucking energy. Your energy is like, you can't be with the you have like has been energy. Has been that, has been this, can't be this anymore. Basically, like, it's done, it's got to start fresh. You have like, I need some new fucking, I need to invite something totally different in. Now, if you were with the person for a while, whether you've been separated for a while, that's where it gets tough for the Libra out there. If you were with them for a while, it gets harder to acknowledge the steps you have to take to go, or to move out of that energy of believing what I just fucking told you. Anyways, let's keep rolling. Jesus. All right. Anything else for Libra? I'm not done with you. The Moon. Clarify the Moon card for Libra. Moon. Why is these two cards together? Before I say anything, show me what's here. Some of you, your strength is going to be seeing that there's an energy around you where no matter how much you would like to see them change, whether you're a lady or a male, there's an energy around you. No matter how much you'd like to see them change or take your cup, they're not taking it. They're not going to take your offer, or you feel like that was what was done to you. It could be I could be reading the Cross Watchers energy, but it feels like a lot of you are. It's almost like I don't want to say you need to admit self-defeat, because it's not self-defeat. It's change. It's recognizing this relationship is done. It's not going anywhere any further, and then it's gone. It's you embodying the strength to move on to new connections, brand new fucking connections, and moving in that, and definitely moving in that energy and understanding it for what it is, and trusting that that's what needs to be done. You'll be more successful. You'll feel like it's working versus you won't feel down or hurt or like you're dealing with somebody that just lacks the empathy or it's almost as if I'm gonna hold on, clarify that, clarify it. I don't want to say shit. Both y'all were pretending like shit was fine in a relationship when really it wasn't fine. You were both meant to go find your own fucking victories, but somebody's struggling to move the fuck on or let go. Let go. And I feel like in 2026, you don't struggle anymore. I don't think you struggle. I think you start to look like, oh, you know what? I needed to walk away because there was no happiness here, and I need the new fucking beginning. I've been avoiding what could be created in front of me type energy. This is a tough one for Libra, but this is what I got for you. It's basically like, hey, what? I don't know what to say. I'll let you dwell on what's been said. I feel like next year Libra's going to be more about like, what have I been waiting? Some of you, it's like not even just wanting to entertain love. Now that's not for all of you. Some of you just feel like, oh fuck, I don't want to deal with it. It's too much of a fucking debacle, headache, problem. It's too fucking, it's too all over the place. Others of you, it's about releasing an energy and moving towards a brand new energy and forgetting about what didn't work or who you would like it to work out with. Believing something will shift when it's like, it's when things got to be 50-50. If they're 50-0, you're not winning kind of energy. And that's the fucking hard truth. On to Scorpio. All right. Scorpio is going to be around 148. Okay. Okay. Oh, shit. Hold up, guys. I got my fucking, one of my favorite tarot decks, a little wet in the corner. They're going to have to dry out over here. I'll put them right up here. Damn you. Fucking coffee. It's my fault. Blaming the coffee. I fucking let that shit happen. Paper towel right here. All right. Let's go. Here we go. We've got, where we at? Scorpio. A lot of you give me the energy of wanting change. A lot of you give me the energy of wanting to see things work out for yourself, but for others. But at the same time, a lot of you give me like, I gotta keep, like, you like to keep yourself preoccupied or you stay on the go. Very, very, very busy. You give me a very busy energy. What else do you want me to tell them? You could, in 2026, you could be looking for other ways to win. The zodiac sign of Scorpio, other ways to win in 2026, whatever the fuck that means. Here we go. Here we go. Show me something. Scorpio. What is this? 2026 Scorpio. This is weird. I don't know why I'm going to say it like this, but some of you, when you go into 2026, you may look at situations where even if you don't like the way you go towards or approach them, the devil reversed, the page of pentacles, it's almost like if there's situations around you that you don't like, or the ace of wands to the seven of pentacles, you don't really care emotionally to invest in them that way. You almost feel like that's the action you're supposed to take. That's the way you're supposed to invest. You almost give me like the cherry on top isn't about the actions you take. It's about making everything around you, appeasing everybody around you, making everybody else happy. Like that's going to be your motive or your highlight. how you're going to draw in attention. It doesn't feel like towards affection. It feels like towards attention. If there's something you do that you want attention, you like attention, you may try doing things more towards the way people like it versus the way you do in 2026. Here we go. If you've been at a distance or felt like love's not been something that's been in front of you, next year that might be something you start to acknowledge and put a little bit of emphasis or work towards. Definitely emphasis or work towards. Clarify anything else. Some of you've come off open towards trusting, moving towards like a relationship. Well, there is somebody who's still hesitant in trusting that relationship, and somebody's still hesitant. Somebody's still stuck. Could be a dude that acts that way or feels at a distance with being approachable emotionally. Doesn't like to emotionally invest or open up, and they know that that's their problem or that's what slows them down or stops them. The star card. Star card. Clarify the star card. Scorpio's energy 2026. You're out here. You're really going to seek getting balance, but you're also coming off about, you give me like I got to take the lead, or I've got to show people that I'm the leader energy. You give me strong. I want to be the leader energy. It's funny I said that. One shuffle, I saw the strength card. It made me think of like you want to be like the Leo. Here we go. The three of swords, the ace of swords, the six of cups. You don't feel affected by the past, but you may feel like the emotional investments you've given into are taking too long. What's the outcome? Some of what it's telling me right now, the five of wands, the lovers, some of you that haven't found somebody that you've put emotions or love towards or celebrated with, these situations that you felt at a distance with, three of cups, reverse, knight of wands, definitely at a distance with, out in the cold with, no forward movement in love, not trusting it, definitely not trusting it. King of wands. It almost gives me an energy where it could be a lady or a man, but it feels like whatever it is, I feel more of a guy. It feels like they're okay with not opening up towards love, or opening their heart, or bringing the chaos, or worried about working with somebody else. It doesn't mean they don't want it. They just might struggle to believe that it's out there for them. Ten of wands, the emperor. What is it they lacked in trust? Speaking, they could be very shy when it comes to opening up towards love or making decisions. Strength is reversed. They feel at a distance towards a love connection. I feel like I'm reading a male more than I'm reading a woman right now. They may feel a little put off. They may not focus on that. They may focus more on their career and be more patient with their career, or focused on time with where they put their time. It's like almost like they shadow their time or their work over love. Like the love's in the shadows kind of energy. Show me something else for Scorpio for 2026. I'm gonna say show me the ladies. I want to see the ladies' energy when it comes in. I'm gonna say ladies specifically. Show me the ladies' energy for 2026. Scorpio ladies. Let's see what we got. What needs to be shown up for them for 2026? The Scorpio women. What do we have? Show me that energy. Mm-mm. Passions. You're going to be very focused on your passions. If there's been situations that you don't trust, especially towards love situations, or you felt at a distance with love, or not taking action with love, you're going to stay working on your career or be trying to focus on being successful. Queen of Wands, the Nine of Swords, the Six of Pentacles. Love is what needs balance, though, in 2026 for the ladies. It's almost like you avoid it because you know that you can get something else and you replace it with instead of getting love, you replace it with work. I hate to put it like that, and I don't feel like you're unaware about this situation. You're kind of at a you kind of you stray away. You give me like a stray away from love situations. I don't move towards them or let them come work with me. You know what I mean? Like I trust emotionally, mentally, not fighting for situations that I see no reason to invest in. What the fuck? You give me like I don't want to invest or I don't believe in the investment in love or that it's in front of me or that it's available at my disposal the way I would like it to be. You don't see it working out or happening. It doesn't stop you from wanting the new beginning or to start the new beginning because that's you want the new beginning. It says you definitely want that new beginning. You just don't see it showing up for you. That may be something you have to challenge yourself with in 2026. Basically, getting in front of that situation, letting that become part of your past, not letting that be truth and clarity, letting that be like false information. Taking action. And what is it that you may need to take action towards? Situations that you have not given into, love situations. You feel backed off, like you backed off from love situations. And I just asked, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna say it. I said, would she admit it? No, you wouldn't fucking admit it either. For the single Scorpio lady out there, you wouldn't admit that you backed off, or you have a hard time agreeing with this reading. You have a hard fucking time. It's your fucking fault, not mine. It's time to move out of that and enjoy yourself, or look out for what you should be basically starting with. Because it's showing me that you haven't done that. It's been easier to just brush it away then focus on going towards those changes that probably are necessary. I'm going to tell you that are probably necessary. It's basically telling me nothing's going to change unless you put work towards what needs to change. Holy shit, that's crazy. And your card is here. Death card, balance, 8 of Pentacles, 7 of Wands. You stand on your own for too long, you're going to miss out on the celebrations. You'll be more like wondering why you never received one because you weren't willing to go after one because you may have felt like it was never going to show up for you or work out. It's almost like bad premeditated thoughts that you have to kind of let go of. Not it's either like you've just given up or you just emotionally don't care. You've given up on trusting the investment, it says. That's what it tells me. You've given up on trusting the investment. And the fucking crazy thing is, I'm getting a lot of you are different, like in age. Like you're a lot younger and you've already done this, probably younger than me. And some of you are much fucking 5, 10 years older than me. And you're in that same fucking energy. She's given up, the younger one and the older one. Whatever. Anything else for Scorpio 2026? Coffee. Okay. I did not read. What did you ask? Pisces. I did not read Pisces yet. Here we go. Pisces is the last zodiac sign. Scorpio. Here we go. Show me something for 2026. I don't feel like they like before I say anything with these, I don't get the energy with what I just picked up with these that you fear. I don't feel like she fears. I don't feel like you fear the connection. I feel like you just don't you're unwilling to trust it. It's a lack of fear towards the I don't get like you're scared of the connection. I get you're afraid to the fear you have is the trust of trusting that connection more than being afraid of that connection. Way more. Whatever. Here we go. For the single lady, Scorpio. Here we go. It doesn't scare them, but the trust is the burden that they won't like spit out like they chew it and spit it out kind of energy. Like release that bullshit kind of energy. Here we go. Show me something for Scorpio, 2026. Where are we going with this? What's the message for Scorpio? What do you want me to say to Scorpio for 2026? A lot of you, I feel like you're gonna have to challenge your thinking or the way you approach situations or the way you've been emotionally unavailable for them in 2026. That's the new beginning you gotta kind of identify with. Mentally, I feel like it's gonna be a little hard for you to trust opening your heart towards what? It's been towards love, and I feel like that's what's gotta change. The distance that's been created or the offers that haven't been looked at or accepted have not worked out, have not went towards. You have not done it, and you're aware of this. And I don't give a fuck what your age is. You know that that's what you've got to kind of start nurturing or start investing or watering those fucking plants. If you disregard this message emotionally, what's going on? You're just not willing to move towards something, maybe the next best thing in love for you. That could be the balance or the happiness, everything. Could be the key to what you're missing. You have a message here, and your card's out here where it's like you don't want to trust being emotionally available or moving towards it, and you struggle to admit it to yourself. And now the last card for you is truth, and you know it. You fucking know all about this shit. You know that that's what needs balance and work and change. She knows that's what needs change. It's like she's never moved on from a man or a situation that hurt her. She's never really decided to secure or lock somebody else down for quite some time. It was like once you were hurt, you just shut everything off. It's like everything went fucking black. You stopped moving forward. You stopped investing. You didn't want to deal with the burdens, the stress. You said no to the judgments. You didn't feel like the investments made sense. You thought they'd be unhealthy, or you just got kind of really like defense. You kind of got defensive towards moving towards happiness, or you know, trying to balance it out. I'm going to say it again, moving towards it or working with it. This is what I see. I feel like you stopped playing with it. You stopped fighting for it. You weren't hurt anymore. You just stopped moving towards love situations. Stopped going towards options. Stopped rushing towards them or letting them come towards you. You stopped the options is what it's telling me. I'm done with your shit. That's what I've got for Scorpio. We're done. You're done. All right. Take it. If it resonates, take it. If it doesn't, it doesn't. All right. Here we go. Sagittarius is going to be around 204. 204 for Sagittarius. You give me like wanting to come back around. Some of you give me wanting to come back around energy. What is that about, though? I don't know why I'm picking up travel with you, wanting to come back around. Dieting for some of you. Show me something for I almost said. Show me something for Sagittarius. Some of you had to give up on an air sign or earth sign. Is showing me right off the bat. Right off the bat, an air or an earth sign, you had to give up on that shit. You had to let it go. Stop focusing on it. Stop trying to make things work. Just accept the changes. Recognize it was time to let it go. Not look back at it kind of energy. Got tired of playing with it. Emotionally, where are you at? What's up with the Nine of Cups? The Nine of Cups. What's up with that? You're getting that one too. Some of you also have felt like you've put down being open towards love. I feel like this is what you start to work with next year, or start to try to, it's almost like you're fixing your hat. It's like you're fixing your hat. Whatever you stopped working with, you may start to think, maybe I should work on that again. Maybe I should invest in that again, because I haven't been doing that for quite some time. I've been at a fucking distance with it. And I feel like if you trust it and you don't think it's unhealthy, and you realize you can have the happiness, you'll go towards it. Some people aren't ready though. This specifically tells me in the beginning of the year, some people aren't going to be ready they're still going to be butthurt. It could be male energy here that's still pissed off or butthurt, still stuck on the past kind of bullshit, still lingering in the past versus moving forward in love. Fuck it, moving forward in love, taking offers from another. I feel like it's a dude. Truth and clarity is let go of the fucking past. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck are you doing? It's not doing anything for you, and neither is the lack of communication or growth. The new beginnings aren't going to happen if you stay somewhere that you're not welcome. Four of Cups, Six of Swords, not moving towards celebrations. And I feel like he's supposed to focus or recognize it for what it is. Own your shit kind of energy. Nine of Pentacles, very independent but emotionally closed off. Focus on stability over opening up towards emotions. This dude is more focused on money than love. And he knows it. He fucking knows it. He doesn't trust opening his heart again or developing. He also feels at a distance with a connection, or she's at a distance now. Something like that. Let's keep going. Show me something else for Sagittarius. Show me something else for Sagittarius. What's the Emperor in this? So now if you're a woman or a guy, she might have walked away. If you walked away from him, and you're aware that the connection wasn't working out and you're a woman, Sagittarius, you may start to think about, well, maybe it's time to start playing with my happiness again that I kind of put on the shelf, that I stopped emotionally being available for. It's definitely telling me you may start to invest in it, especially if you've been at a distance with it, or stop trusting, even giving time or energy into it, mentally and emotionally. Definitely mentally. The Magician, it's like your heart's open, your mind is not upset anymore. You're trying to move, and yet you have a lot of goals too, it's telling me. You have a lot of goals or a lot of things you want to do still. Some of you may have been hurt by a Gemini, a Libra, a Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Here's your card. Strength card. Could have, some of you, small percentage of you could be a Leo. Five of Wands reversed. There's no more conflicts in the situations. I feel like you've given up to situations that don't work, or you stop focusing on them with that Five of Cups in reverse. And now you're starting about trusting us. You're about beginning again, or starting, basically accepting new proposals, new offers in 2026. This is what your energy is showing me. And it feels like you've been at a distance from it, or you've completely stopped moving in that energy. It's probably why you go towards this change, or why you recognize this change is necessary. This is what I'm seeing for you so far. What else is here for Sagittarius? Somebody needs to hear, if he was a Scorpio, he was fucking probably lying to you. I don't know why I keep getting Scorpio. I don't know. Fuck it. Could have been a Gemini. Could have been another fucking Sagittarius. It could have been a Libra. Could have been a fucking Aquarius. Could have been a fucking Leo. Somebody was fucking lying. Bitch, I know you lying. Look at this shit. Liar. King of Swords, Seven of Swords. Liar. And I said it before it came out. Somebody was fucking lying. You weren't getting the balance. You felt locked out. Emotionally, what was it doing? Were you getting breadcrumb with speech? Would they have a speech impediment? Would they have a fucking stutter? Like, what the fuck here? Queen of Wands. There was no investment, or it didn't feel like it was coming at you correctly. I feel like you're over the headaches, though. I feel like you're over the problems in 2026. I feel like some of you identified with it early on in the beginning of this year or late last year. Like 2024, the end of last year, you knew it was time to close the chapter. The love wasn't there, reversed. It was done. It was over. What's been done has been done. King of Wands, it wasn't showing up for you. So emotionally, what did you do? You stopped stressing about it. You recognize the happiness isn't here. You might have focused more on your work, career, or family over that situation, or left a family situation because it didn't feel like it was working out. They could have had family, you could have had family, whatever. Maybe you had family together, maybe it was two different families intervened. I don't fucking know. Here we go. I don't feel like you focus on that though. You don't. It tells me you don't. It tells me emotionally you're trying to basically get ready to have a leap of faith or trust a leap of faith. Trust it. You're becoming aware that it's time for you to kind of get back into the circle. Basically get out there, take offers or go after. Like if they come towards you, maybe accept them, or if you're willing to go towards them or give them. It's not about being hesitant when you're thinking. It's about moving in that energy, because it's telling me you have not done it. You haven't worked towards it. You've wanted to play with it, or you've thought of it's almost like a thought you've wanted to create, or a feeling you've wanted to entertain, but you haven't done it. It says you stayed away from it, emotionally closed down. You didn't move towards it. 10 of 1, you stayed away from it. Mentally, you thought about it, though. It says you definitely fucking thought about this. Okay, let's keep going. Sagittarius 2026. Let's keep going. Oh, we're not on Capricorn yet. No, we got more for Sagittarius. There's a little bit more here for Sag. What are the other messages for 2026 for the zodiac sign of Sagittarius? What are the messages? Let's see what you get. You might have felt like somebody wanted somebody else. There's an energy, and I feel like it's mutual, women and male. Like whether you're a woman, Sag, or a male, like you were in a situation where you felt somebody wanted to offer their cup or was playing with other energy that they were more attached to or in love with. Kind of was upsetting or hurt you. I don't feel like you focus on that right now. I feel like you're kind of more practical, down to earth, focusing on things that need change around you or that you can work with. I feel like you still gotta put the work in though. Emotionally, I don't feel like when it comes to your emotions, you're upset anymore. I feel like you're looking for emotional fulfillment. I still think you're trying to trust moving towards it. Still feel like you're trying to trust. Here's your card. I feel like you're still trying to trust moving towards the next best relationship. The Magician. May feel at a distance, or you may start off with slow communication, especially if you felt like you were the one that had to go away. You were the one that had to get away from a situation. It's almost like the past wasn't treating you fair, is how it's making me feel. The Emperor, the Tower, the Hermit, the Learning card, the Four of Pentacles, your security. So what did you have to do? You had to manifest recognizing things weren't moving and weren't changing in the way that were healthy. So I had to let them go. I couldn't pretend everything was fine anymore. I could no longer do this. Fuck that. I need balance and I got to move on. And I feel like you did that. It was probably the smartest solution for you to recognize it was emotionally healthy and going to develop something better for you than something that wasn't working out or wasn't being reciprocal towards love, something that was coming to a closure or wasn't emotionally available anymore for you. You had to make the decision so you could take off towards a brand new beginning. It's like you needed to see this for what it was to get to where you are. Some of you didn't want to believe it, but you had no choice but to see it for what it was and make the best of what was in front of you, or what basically what happened. Here we go. Show me anything else, and we'll move on to Capricorn. Anything else for Sagittarius? Just a quick message for you. Quick one, 2026. What's the next thing? Walked away from situations, emotionally you could have walked away from a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, or felt like the investment was just too much. It was causing too much stress, and you didn't know if you could trust it. You didn't know if you were coming or going, is what the message is. And I feel like it was with a water sign, air sign, maybe a fire sign. That's your message. We're done. All right, let's move on to Capricorn. Capricorn's going to be around 216. Here we go. I hope people are like, getting anxiety from my readings because I feel like some people might not be able to handle them. I hope that's wrong. Here we go. Capricorn. What's the message for Capricorn? I don't feel like it's just about you getting success. I feel like 2026 is a. I feel like you've already learned your lessons about situations that hurt you or made you feel kind of like the outcasts with happiness. Things that really upset you, really hit home, really things that almost hit you so hard that they felt like triggers of bullets hitting your gut, like they were hard. Whatever that is, I don't feel like it's. I feel like a lot of you were given the opportunities to focus on success or to change your ways or focus on how you could better off your own positions, and it was easier to ignore or not focus on the approach of love situations. Basically, adhere to other situations to dull the love situations. I bet you next year you'll be more open, more receptive to love. I guarantee it for Capricorn. You're gonna be more ready for it. You give me you've had way more than enough time to be ready to come towards this. Here we go. Show me something for Capricorn. Ten of Swords. Are you ready to invest in a new beginning? Are you ready? I fucking would say absolutely 110% you are. And you know why? Because you stayed away from it for so long, because you stopped believing you could trust the love situation, that now it's fucking time. What's been done has been done. What you learned in the past, you learned in the past. You had to cut free of that. You had to basically gain balance and start to trust yourself, get truth and clarity with situations that are surrounding you. Some of you had to identify some situations around you were not so healthy. You couldn't move towards them, and it wasn't worth the fear or the anxiety of being stuck there. Some of you, it sucked. It was a burden that you overcame. And now it's time to move towards the changes that you fucking deserve. And it's about getting the wish fulfillment in love and trusting that it's coming towards you. Some of you, it's probably been a minute. Been a minute. I feel like it's been a minute since you've had that offer coming at you. I'm done. You have not seen an offer that is stable come towards you in quite some fucking time. Three of Cups reversed. It has not shown up, and you're very aware of this. So this year, I bet you start fighting to see something shift or change. Clarify the Magician. You may have felt like you were patient. You wanted to open your heart in situations or invest in them. You've learned that, you know what, as passionate as I could be, they weren't showing up for me. I couldn't trust it. I couldn't trust it is what it says. The Sun reversed, the Five of Wands, the Emperor, the Five of Cups. It kept hurting me. It kept hiding things from me. It kept upsetting me. It didn't tell me about the other fucking person type energy. It didn't tell you. It wasn't telling you everything. It was, I'm fucking over this. You learned a lot from either people or a specific person. And it was that they weren't emotionally available or aware of what they were doing to you. This could be Taurus. This can be you. They weren't aware of how they were making you feel or that they were treating you like a motherfucking option. You're too fucking like on your own shit to get stuck in that energy for too long. And you know that about yourself, Capricorn, or you should. Nine of Wands. You might have thought about this person or victories or celebrating with them till you recognized you weren't going to get what you were looking for, or they weren't giving you enough. It's almost like they were giving you mixed signals. I get mixed signals like a motherfucker. So you had to drop it. You had to identify, this isn't the love that's for me. I got to find the true love that's meant for me. It isn't this person. It isn't that person. And it's not worth the mental chaos, Nine of Swords reversed, or the emotional bullshit, because that's reversed too. That's probably why you had to say, fuck that shit and I'm out. You know what I mean? Like, preserve your own fucking peace of mind versus letting somebody play with your fucking head that's not worth investing towards you in a love situation. Fuck that bullshit. Manifest something that's the right outcome or judgment. And that's what Capricorn's been thinking about or been waiting for. This is how I think you've been feeling. And I feel like some of you, it's been a year or two. Some of you, it's been like 6 to 8 fucking years. Like, it's been a minute. Or anytime you did invest, you felt like, fuck. Like, you might have, like, they just wanted one thing. And it was just like, you had to, it made it easier to say, what the fuck am I doing? Or why am I doing it? All right, we're going to go to the other tarot and see what we get for you. Capricorn. Capricorn. 2026. Some of you give me the energy where you wanted to fight fire with fire, but you had like the smarts to know like what the fuck is the point. Whenever the fuck that occurred, you give me that energy. So it was easier just to get fucking ghosts or quiet or stay the fuck out of it. Whatever. Not to move towards it, not to entertain it. It was probably the strength that you had. What else is here? Truth and clarity you had. Eight of Swords. I think over time you saw something or you learned that something was showing you that it was too good to be true. You might have been very attached to it or attracted to it or wanting to work with it until you recognized you could not. You might have had a lot of feelings for it until you recognized it needs to go. It could have been, definitely could have been Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. Whoever the fuck this was, you had to say, fuck this. It's almost like you felt like I feel like you could see through the bullshit. You have like, I see through your bullshit. Some of you may not wanted to believe the bullshit until it was exposed or put in front of you, or somehow it got shown to you. I can tell you, somehow you saw something where you knew they were playing fucking games with you. You know what I'm saying? Somebody had you where they wanted you, but I feel like once you've seen it for what it was easy for you to say, fuck you, goodbye. Six of Cups, part of my past. We're done here. I don't want it. I'll go put work and effort into something else. A lot of you went towards your career or sacrificing time for career or your family. If you're single, you did career. If you have family, you did career and family, or you tried to make everything work for that. Magician, you may have felt at a distance, emotionally pissed off for a little while too. It makes me feel until you moved out of that energy, created balance, recognized you deserve more from somebody versus this in and out energy of them. It's almost like you dealt with somebody that didn't know if they should move towards you, or you give me an energy where you feel like, I feel as if whoever you were trying to put time and effort in, they made you feel like everything was going to work out with you and you were going to be happy just for you to, I feel like there was a judgment just to upset you, just for when you wanted to move forward or you felt like emotionally this might be a good opportunity to move towards. I gotta go. You found something out, didn't you? A lot of you might have found some bullshit out. I feel like they were hiding something. There's a hiding energy here. They were definitely, you got the 7 of Wands and 7 of Wands. I don't feel like they were just guarding their heart. I feel like they were guarding secrets. And I'm going to explain this to you. I feel like they weren't telling you everything on demand that you should have known. Here we go. Anything else for Capricorn? Anything else for Capricorn 2026? What are the messages going into 2026 for Capricorn? What needs to be said for them? What needs to be said to Capricorn 2026? Show me what's up with Capricorn's energy in 2026. What's up? Or the energy around, whatever you got to show me. Show me something around Capricorn. Or for them, whatever it needs to be. However I see it. Let's go. Things. It just makes me feel like things that didn't work out before 2026, I don't feel you're stressed about this anymore. I feel you observed and saw an investment that was not going to make you. I feel like at first you couldn't make heads or tails of it until you recognized you couldn't do anything with it. I do feel a mutual attraction as well, but I feel like when it came to the thoughts or believing everything was going to work out or manifest, or you could move towards it or trust it, you might have come to the clarity that when it came to communication, that there was a lack in communication or honesty about either how you felt, how they felt. Somebody wasn't speaking up. When it came to getting a victory, I feel like there's a problem here. There was a lack of, somebody wasn't addressing how they felt, or it was like you guys were beating around the bush about what you wanted, and it was left out in the cold, or somebody was also offering love somewhere else. Definitely could have been doing that. And that might be what you became aware of and why it wasn't going to work. Queen of Swords, Nine of Swords, the Fool, the Sun, the Hierophant, the Four of Pentacles, the Ten of Swords. for some of you, this could have happened with a any sign, water sign, air sign, fire sign, maybe another earth sign. But I'm definitely going to say an air sign, water sign, or fire. I feel water, air, or fire more than anything. Here we go. Show me something for Capricorn. Last thing. Here's a little bit longer than I planned. Passion. I think your message the message I have for you right now isn't about what you had to let go of. It's about having truth and clarity that you're not stuck on what you had to release. Basically, your message is about propelling forward into the next best thing for you in 2026. How will you take that? How will you take that? How will you go towards me saying that? Like how will Capricorn take that in 2026? You just showed up. You just showed up. Look at these cards. You will trust doing that. You will fucking trust it. So you have an energy where it's what's done is done. And now I need to trust what I want to work with or move towards going forward next year. Where am I going and what options am I pursuing? Some of you may have, I feel like the sky is the limit or the options are more available than you expect. Clarify that Seven of Cups. Clarify that Seven of Cups and then we're done. Clarify the Seven of Cups for Capricorn. What is the message Capricorn needs to see? Some of you know you've been at a distance with accepting offers. I don't think that's the problem for you in 2026. And some of you, it's about if you're willing to take the offer. I think some of you might have a good opportunity in 2026. It tells me it could be with a fire sign, water sign, maybe an air sign. I'm not going to list which one. It could be. It does say Aries. It could be Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, whoever the fuck it is. But you might have something that's worth fighting for next year if you're willing to make the decision or go towards it. There's a love situation. I feel like the options are out there for you in 2026 if you want to entertain them. Your message is simple. Like if you want to do it, go for it. If you don't. But it seems like I feel like you will invest. I'm going to tell you, I feel like you will invest. What's on the other side? You're not upset about starting over with that investment. I feel like you're more about doing it, going towards it, probably more excited about it than just doing nothing. I feel like you're excited about the investment that you have yet to come across, or you will be 2026. Some of you, it might take till like the middle, or like 6 to 8, like over the summertime for you to really, maybe June to August, you might see somebody or meet somebody, or have already been dealing with somebody and it gets a little more serious by then, whatever. Something like that. We're going to move on to Aquarius. It's going to be around 229. No, I'm just going to say 230. That's not enough time for Aquarius. 230 for Aquarius. Why do I feel like Aquariuses want to either like get their nails done, get their hair done? Some of you could be cleaning up the clutter, getting rid of stuff that you don't need, whatever the fuck that's about. I feel like you could be going through the closets, getting rid of shit. Whatever. That could be like you're doing that now, or you do that early in the beginning. It feels like you're doing it now, or will be doing it soon. I feel like you've already started. Whatever, I'm done. Here we go. Aquarius. Show me something for Aquarius. Some of you also want a lucky break, and it may be towards going, like, having a good time. I feel like you want that lucky break. I don't feel like you're completely quiet about it. I feel like your energy can't hide it. Just how I'm getting this. Here we go. Let's go. Show me something for Aquarius. I just saw your card. Here we go. 3 of Pentacles. You could feel like nothing's moved forward. What is the investment about? In social or love options, you feel like nothing's been trustworthy or showing up for you, or you haven't been. It's either like you haven't given time to it or invested in it, or it hasn't been coming towards you. Some of you may, I hate to say this, and I'm going to say it, some of you may fear the next best option or options that show up in front of you. You may have a little bit of fear of doing of it's almost like saying you want to go out with somebody and then you're supposed to go out and then you're like scared to do everything or commit to it. Invest. There's your card, star, judgment, and this is for the person who hasn't committed to, like, if you've been solo for a minute, that may make sense to you. Or if you were burned previously, or you felt like they just wanted one thing kind of energy. Here we go. Nine. I feel like when it comes to going towards victories or celebrations, taking the risks emotionally, you know you want to, but your heart is a little nervous to move towards love because of what you've seen in the past, or how things worked out. However they worked out. It gives you a little, you give me a little bit of scared energy. I do feel like I am getting into the females. I'm going to be fucking frank. Here we go. Strength, balance. Especially if lately you haven't, in the past, I don't know, 4, 6, 10 months, you haven't spoke to anybody or had any passion in your life. Love just hasn't shown up, or there's been no connection, investment, or you haven't found a connection that's been, you haven't been speaking to somebody. It's almost like you haven't found that person kind of energy, and you know that you feel like there's no communication. You have truth and clarity that you want to be able to be emotionally available or open up to somebody or see things. I feel like things change. You know that about yourself, but you may be trusting to believe it's going to happen. You have this, I don't know if I can trust it to happen energy. Is it a too good to be true energy, or a false offer? It feels a little bit of both. Like it's too good to be true, or you feel like the offer is going to be false, or they're just playing with you, playing games, making you believe they want to build when they may just want sex. That I feel like you've been stuck in that mentality, or your mind's been there. May have been what's already been done. Why you keep rehearsing shit like that, or like that's what you believe the person wanted because of how things ended. Whatever. Here we go. 10 of Cups reversed. You might have found it to be toxic, not have wanted to put the work into the situation and stayed away. Every fucking card you get is you not wanting to open up, like speak or open up to situations. You might have invested in work. That might have been your new beginning, or staying at home over opening up emotionally. And you may be very aware of that with yourself. Some of you may have had weird people show up at your home and it made you uncomfortable, or you thought people were watching you. Whatever the fuck that's about. That's not for everybody, but some of you, I'm seeing that. Here we go. Let's keep going. I don't know why I felt that way, but it didn't feel good. My nose is itchy now. Here we go. Show me something else for Aquarius. The messages for 2026. Just this one. Why is that reversed? Why is that reversed? Some of you, it's going to be about next year trying to decide what's worth the investment. Is it family? Is it work and family? Or is it work, family, and basically giving love another shot, or trying to. I almost feel like you've wanted to anticipate something happening, but you haven't done anything to make change. Like it's time to make do, is how I feel with you. Whatever, it's like you haven't moved towards it or trusted it, and I feel like it's like you're not in your head about it, but you're still not moving towards offers. You could have focused more on career. I feel like career or close people that you know, people you trust. You stayed within your inner circle kind of energy. That's it's almost like that was easier. You give me like that was easier energy for you, by the way. You kind of walked away from emotional offers or focusing on happiness. Some of you also felt like it just wasn't going to show up or work out or come towards you. Some shit like that. Here we go. Some of you just felt like it was emotionally exhausting, thinking anything was going to change or action was going to be had. So you stop focusing on it, on believing. It's almost like it's too good to be true energy. It's too good to be true. You're just gonna want one fucking thing, and they can look away or look at something else. I don't want that. I don't need the headaches of that. I don't fucking trust that. I'm not gonna fight for a situation if I'm aware that it's just gonna stress me out. No, the fuck with that. I'm not. I don't want that. And made up your fucking mind kind of energy. You're not willing. You'll cut it out before you'll invest. Emotionally, you feel like that's the best thing, and the new beginning that you would like to see work. Emotionally, you're feeling like it's not showing up, or you're able to trust basically that it's going to show up for you correctly and bring to you what you want. You know, which is everything, balance especially. You feel kind of like at a loss. It's telling me, Autumn. You feel out with it, and you know that when it comes to feeling like things should shift, change. You haven't moved towards them. You haven't moved towards it. You may need to basically try something new next year. Try a new approach, I would say next year. Or basically when you're ready. I'm not going to tell you when. It feels like if I'm supposed to say anything, it's when you're ready. Try a new approach or do something different. You know what I mean? I don't feel like you're not doing anything different, expecting a different outcome. I feel like you've just given up kind of on believing the best outcome. Or why do I feel like that? I don't know, but that's how I'm feeling. Here we go. Show me something else for Aquarius. What is the message for Aquarius? What is the message for Aquarius? Oh, we got somebody saying some craziness in here. It's okay. Maybe it's not. That doesn't look like somebody that says something too crazy. But I want to know what it says anyway. I'm curious. And that's rough, Capricorn. If it is, it is. If it is, the message is the message. This is where I'm going to leave that. Here we go. Aquarius. 2026 for the zodiac sign of Aquarius. What do we got for Aquarius? It is the card that wanted to come out. It kept showing me this card. Next year isn't going to be about pretending everything is fine. It's about making everything become fine. I feel like the past. It isn't the past with you that needs work. It's you having the motivation to honor opening up emotionally and put work towards it in 2026. The past isn't what the past is done. Everything is fine. The Six of Cups upright, the Wheel of Fortune, you trusting your card in reverse, the King of Wands. It's about you having passion because it's almost like you've disregarded opening up towards building or emotionally being available for situations. You've disregarded it. You've said goodbye to it, no to it. You have not invested in it. And I feel like to get these victories, you've got to start putting the work or trust into yourself again. You know, basically explore your options. Basically recognize that there are options available out there for you. And that not every option is going to be a bad fucking apple or seed kind of energy. At a time, it makes me feel like you were stuck on trusting the passion of a situation. You were up in your head until you let it go, stop fighting for it, and then realized I don't trust him, or he stopped speaking. Something about speaking to you. Next card is speaking to you. Page of Swords. Stop speaking to you. I knew the fucking fuck that son bitch. The devil might have felt like he was unhealthy. Might have started to invest more in yourself or family. The Moon, the Queen of Wands, closed your heart down. Two of Cups, stop giving a shit about love. Made the decision that it's just not fitting me or happening for me. So if it's not happening for you, the investment, are you going to put time and effort into that? No. The answer is no. No, you won't invest in that. You'll invest in other situations. You'll walk away from situations that upset you, that feel like they don't fight for you, or you have no patience for, or you discover that the offer was bullshit kind of energy, or the investment isn't real, isn't taking action or showing up for me. And I feel like you kind of came into this scenario of just saying, fuck it. And emotionally, I don't need to worry about love. And I trust that decision and I can stay away from it for a while as much as you wanted it. This is going to be, it's your fucking message or it's not your fucking message, by the way, Aquarius. It's either your shit or it's not your shit, kind of. It's like Seinfeld, come get your shit. It's either your shit or it's not your shit. I don't know how else to tell you, but this ain't going to be all y'all Aquarius' messages. Some of y'all got knee problems. Definitely have a knee problem. Could be a fucking left knee. My left knee hurts like a motherfucker right now. Oh, here we go. Death card, Chariot, Eight of Pentacles, Three of Cups. What needs to change is you kind of going towards things that you don't trust or you haven't put effort into. I don't feel like your heart's upset. I feel like you just shut up your emotions or putting effort into celebrations. And I feel like that's what needs change. Didn't know that was there, but I was saying what needs change is the situations that you kind of let be what they are. And I think that's going to be like very good for you come 2026. Explore the change. Get truth and clarity. It's a good idea to trust it. That's your message, and I hope it resonated, and I hope you like it. All right, we're going to move on to Pisces. All right. If you haven't noticed, I'm getting tired. A little tired here. Not extremely tired, but I'm getting a little tired. All right, but it's because I'm speaking so quick. Some people are going to be like, you talk too fucking fast. Well, on this one, probably fucking so. There may be like a slow it down feature. You might have to fuck with the settings. Call your IT specialist. I don't know. Here we go. Let's go. Let's go. On to Pisces around 244.20. Yeah, I'll just do 244. I think I gave everybody even number, like a either even or odd number. We'll keep you the same. We're not going to change it. Pisces. What's the messages for Pisces? Some of you just feel okay doing things on your own. Some of you may hear from family that you haven't heard from if it hasn't already happened. Some of you may get family may just be like chiming in or saying hello. Could be an old connection, old acquaintance, but some of you feel it feels like family. Some of you got to make sure you're not leaving things turned on for too long, plugged in for too long as well. Watch out for that. Things that should be unplugged, make sure they're unplugged before you leave the house. Now or into next year. I don't know who needs to hear that. Just remember that. Whether it's lights or something else that could be a little more dangerous. Just pay attention to what you're doing. Here we go. Show me something for Pisces 2026. What's the message for Pisces next year? Here we go. What we got for you? Some of you are trying to balance out or figure out what can you focus happiness and abundant energy on? Like, what are you going to put your time and energy to? Also, in abundant energy, how are you going to do stuff? Some of you, it's about balancing out what you're going to do, how you're going to make more money. What's the next best thing for you? Think about figuring that out. Page of Swords reverse, Two of Swords. Some of you also aren't willing to speak to either an air or fire sign. You've cut free of trusting that person. Eight of Cups, you've walked away. The Fool, you won't give into it. Four of Swords, they may cause a little bit of fear or anxiety within inside of you. The Strength card reversed, the Hermit reversed, Seven of Pentacles. You know it was better to get away from this person. You feel like this person's got emotional, mental health problems. Sorry, but I feel like you trust knowing this, or you found out enough about this person that freaks you out, whatever. Change. I feel like you're just wanting to see things change. Not be up in your head about the development of shit changing. Some of you, it's with career and it's with the passion or drive to find love again. You know what I mean? I'm going to say eventually on the love situation, taking offers, it feels like it's an eventually energy. Like you're not going to commit to it right away. Like you're not rushing towards it right now. You're okay with that. You've put a halt on it. You're not going towards it. You've said no. You've stopped fighting for it. You've let it just be what it is. You come off wanting to be extremely independent, but also trying to figure out what to do. Wanting to take action or pursue judgment or have more clarity on what you're going to work towards. You know what you've left out. What's this new beginning about? Some of you might have a new beginning in 2026, whether it's expected or unexpected. Or you may have an opportunity that is you could invest in. I'm going to say you might have an opportunity. You definitely might. Queen of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles. Something might show up in front of you in 2026. An investment, a love investment. You come off a little scared of it. Definitely scared of it or wondering if it's worth putting effort into. Definitely, you give me that, like, I don't know if I want to go to, like, if I should move away from it or invest in it. You're back and forth a little. You give me a little nervous, a little nerve-wracked on this. Some of you, it's a weird message. It's almost like you want to learn whatever you can quickly about it to recognize if you're going to give into like giving the person time or effort. Something about Moon, the Empress, time and effort to it in 2026. Some of you may not feel ready. Some of you, the answer is you just may not feel ready yet. I'm going to give you whatever else I can give you. Some of you just may not take something towards you. Some of you are not going to be ready early 2026. You may wait, or you may not feel like you can trust what's in front of you, something like that. I don't feel like it's a too good to be true. I just feel like you trust your intuition on it. Whatever. Here we go. You don't invest. I feel like you wait for the victory and a new beginning. I don't think you're ready for it. You go towards the first opportunity or option. I feel like you say no, or you just don't show up for it. You give me like, I'm not coming towards it. Nine of Pentacles reversed, Lovers reversed. You're not going into it. I don't feel like you feel like it makes sense, or you feel confident to make the decision to move towards it. You don't trust it, it's saying, or you don't work with it or invest in it. Queen of Pentacles reversed, Three of Swords reversed. I'm getting a lot of no energy. Tower reversed, Seven of Swords reversed, Knight of Pentacles reversed, Queen of Pentacles reversed, Three of Swords reversed. There's too many no's. When it comes to your heart, you don't want to come off closed, but you're not. I'm telling you, I feel like you're just not ready to open up yet, or you feel like it's not the right person, the right interest to move forward with. Here's the move card. I feel like when you're ready to move, you'll move. You'll be happy when you make the decision. It just feels like you might have to wait a little while before you move in that direction, or you find the right proposal or offer that's going to feel like you made the right choice, or you can trust it. Something like that is what I think is going to be pretty fundamentally in front of you in 2026. You're really going to it doesn't mean you won't dip your toe in, but I feel like you'll really trust probably what you've already learned in relationships, connections, or you'll use what you've learned to your advantage. Some shit like that. Whatever. Here we go. Let's keep going. Show me something else for Pisces 2026. That makes you easier to recognize, like, you can't get me, you can't do it. Like, I'm not going to follow the same. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to fall for the same shit or bullshit. Kind of very aware of it, or just very, very focused, trusting your fucking intuition. And it's probably the right way to go about situations for you. Going into that change is probably the smart energy for you to balance out, for you to meet the right connection. Sometimes it's better to leave things alone and not be upset about situations or rush towards them or trust them, especially if it wasn't showing up for you or doing the right things. That outcome might have been what you needed to see, so you didn't move towards something that was going to be emotionally manipulating or just basically pretend like so you didn't have to play with the in and out game. or be stressed out about it, or worry about it ending the investment. Because it's like, so it's telling me a lot of stories. You could have felt like you were played. You could have felt like you didn't know what was going on. Could have been with a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Eight of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, air sign, maybe a Capricorn, whatever. You've got Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Three of Wands, Two of, maybe a Sagittarius, but I don't know. Some of you could be a Sag. Page of Swords reversed. Some of you definitely could have been. Could have felt fooled by a Leo. Definitely fooled by a love offer from a Leo. Leo, Queen of Wands, Leo, the Fool card, Knight of Cups, Page of Cups. Felt like you were fooled by the actions or the truth of them building true love towards you. This could have happened before something else happened, or been the relationship before a relationship, whatever. I'm fucking over it. Here we go. You don't focus on it. I feel like you saw that the person wasn't showing up for you or showing true initiative to fully fall in love or invest in you 100%, 150%. It wasn't showing up for you the way you were expecting. You didn't stay stuck there, but you did break communication. Some of you, it was immediate. Some of you, it was eventually. You let it go, and you trusted that was what you had to do. Pisces saw shit for what it was. I don't give a fuck what sign it was. Pisces is a fucking hard sign. Pisces are really fucking intuitive. Let me put it to you that way. They're very fucking intuitive. If they try to use their intuition or trust it, they're one of the strongest fucking intuitive signs out there. People will say, no, that's not true. Well, fucking go look it up. And I don't have to look it up to tell you. I've seen it in experience. Or just, whether it's a woman or a dude, like if they're tapped in, they're fucking tapped in. Here we go. You're about achieving, basically, what's the next best thing for me to go towards or work with, move towards. That's, some of you are going to want to, some of you know love is going to be on your mind in the challenge next year too. Some of you won't give the time of the day to an Aries, Capricorn, Sagittarius, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, maybe, whatever. Queen of Wands, Two of Cups, the Fool. When you go towards an investment or a decision, I feel like you'll be, I don't see you doing it right away. I feel like you're going to stay out of it for a little while. I get like on the outs of it. You may have a little bit of a trusting issue or working through that. You don't come off like you want to build or accept offers right now. Or be upset with any goddamn thing. You're more about what can I move towards, what can I establish, what can I connect with, what can I manifest, what can I trust? What's not going to fuck with me, what's not going to play with me, what's not going to hurt me, what's not going to emotionally have me all fucked up or mentally all screwed up. No, it's like you don't want to worry about having to cut away from outcomes. You just want to be able to trust things going forward. Because it's been hard to trust things in the past. You're over the fact that you've been there, but you know that it's still something that's got to be kind of worked on in 2026. Something like that. Something like that. Like you're over it, but you know it's still something that needs a little bit of work before you open back up to working with it. You're keeping it in the fucking cold because it didn't show harmony or balance. And you know those are the things you would like to see emotionally change. I do want to tell you eventually they will, but take your time. And as much time as you need before you rush into anything, because I don't see you doing it. I feel like you are being practical, being honest with yourself, and you're aware of this. And it's probably your best move right now for you. Don't rush into any situations, especially if you don't feel like you can trust it. Or if you feel like you need to guard yourself, do what you've got to do. Whatever's good for you is good for you, whether it's your sign or any fucking sign. It's not showing me that you're rushing into trusting in the next relationship. Or rush it. You're not. jumping down. You're not jumping into some shit quickly. Not at all. Everything that it shows me when it comes towards love or moving, it's you taking your time with it. Love or moving. The next card is love in reverse. Before you go towards it, you'll be trusting yourself or feeling like you can trust it. And you'll be very, very, very aware of what you're doing and how you're moving forward. Strength. It's going to be that's going to be what you do and how you move forward. And it's basically, you know what you need to do now is your reading. You are aware. I am done. The next card is you are motherfucking aware. This is your reading. I hope you guys all enjoyed these readings. Anything else for Pisces? You may have an offer next year. I just don't know if you'll be ready to take the offer. I don't know. I get the energy. You may not be ready to jump into something, or you may not feel like it's right for you. Anything? I'm going to give you a little more if I hang it up. I don't want to make yours too short. You waited all this time. Show me anything else for Pisces. 2026 Pisces. Definitely giving you that one. You're not going to jump into anything. Page of Pentacles reversed. Towards love. You're not. You're not rushing into situations. Unless you really feel like it's like love at first sight. I don't see that happening. I don't see you feeling like it's something you want to work with right away or open up to right away. Him, her, the balance of it. I feel like you're staying away from that love opportunity. I feel like you're gonna wait until it feels like the happiness is true happiness and there's no fucking toxic nature attached to it. And it has a lot to do with what you've actually dealt with or what you've learned in relationships. Probably what you experienced. It's almost like you learned and you had to trust what you learned and what hurt you so you could be where you are, to accept where you're going to go or how you're going to handle things going forward. And it's telling me that you won't invest or rush an investment because you don't trust that shit rushing towards that right now. You recognize, you know what, I'm not in a rush. I don't need to worry about going towards a situation. As much as I want the stability, let's take a backseat or put it down for a while. Let's be a little patient with the situation. Let's keep it at a distance. As much as I want the passion, I want to trust the situation. I want to move towards it. You're knowing what you've got to do. And I feel like that's your key. I feel like that's your success. As long as you stay committed to trusting yourself and you don't jump the gun, you'll know when you feel emotionally like it's time to you know what, work your magic, do your thing, go after, maybe make the transition, go after something, go after the option. You'll know when you're ready. That's the messages I have for Pisces. I hope you guys all enjoyed these. Thank you for your time. I'm not going to pretend like I don't have to use the bathroom. I've had to use the bathroom places halfway through your read. I've had to take a leak. Pisces, thank you. If you enjoyed the content, feel free to subscribe. If you didn't, you didn't. Have a good night. Be safe out there. I'm out of here. Bye, everybody.